Number 40, Chad Adams, escorted by David and Melissa Aguilar. Number 43, Eric Ware, escorted by Shannon and Janet Weatherford.
You're listening to Bulldog Football on KGAS's Senior Night at Bulldog Stadium. Seniors being introduced right now.
Number 44, Justin Williams, escorted by Troy Williams and Wilma Allison.
Senior night here at Bulldog Stadium. Seniors being introduced by jersey number
54, Bry Anderson, escorted by Ben and Monica Anderson. Number 66, Mitchell Kidman, escorted by Mother Amanda Green.
Senior night, something tells me I think there's about 19.
Morgan Jeans, escorted by Laura and Wayne Pierce, James and Susan Jeans.
I counted them earlier, Larry. There are 19.
Okay, next is number 71, Johnny Odom coming up
Number
here.
71, Johnny Odom Jr., escorted by Tina Odom.
And to tell you what happens, they before they're introduced, they come to the middle of the field on the 50, right in the middle of the C, and they stand there until the preceding player has been introduced and made it over to the numbers and has been
Number
greeted by Coach
72,
Surratt.
Gregory Brantley, escorted by Derek and LaRasha Doremus.
So Brantley, look at his. That's his dad. Boy, now I can see where he gets his size. And now there's the Doremus involved. That explains a lot of things, too, about Brantley, because we've had a lot of good Doremuses come through here, play football.
Number 73, Elsie Hicks Jr., escorted by Elsie Hicks Sr. and Rosetta Hicks.
I met Greg Brantley's mother recently here in town, and she told me that Greg is shorter than some of his uncles. So it's in the family.
I bet there's some groceries.
Number 82, Dakota Hart, escorted by Wayne and Wanda Hart.
All right, this is the last of the 19 seniors.
Senior Morgan Aldana, escorted by Victor and Adrian Doris.
So we're going to introduce the senior players and cheerleaders before the game.
Helen Bass, escorted by James and Lisa Bass. Abby Durkis, escorted by Robert and Robin Durkis. Corey Hooker, escorted by Jeff and Danette Monick Hooker. Brianna Monroe, escorted by Brian and Missy Monroe. Taylor Moore, escorted by Victor Moore and Rhonda Reed.
Senior night here at Bulldog Stadium. Players being introduced, now the cheerleaders being introduced here by Carl Hedges.
Allie Smith, escorted by Kevin and Lisa Smith. Our mascots, Macy Cherry, escorted by Mike Cherry and Joni Lee. Kiera Moore, escorted by Dion Webb. Spirit Guards, Cheyenne Adams, escorted by Carrie Adams and Lena Anderson. Brock Jemison, escorted by Jamie and Donna Jemison.
You're listening to Bulldog Football on KGAS FM and KGASradio.com.
Pranav Patel, escorted by Kishore Patel. Jared Patton, escorted by Robin Patton. Janie Perry, escorted by Mother Michelle Little. Parents are Ken and Michelle Little and Mike Perry, father. Stephen Zhu, escorted by Sister Julie Zhu and Father Chen Zhu and Mother Lisa Assad.
Well, that's it here at Senior Night at Bulldog Stadium. The introduction of the Bulldog players, also the cheerleaders, Spirit Guards,
for all of their accomplishments.
Those particular folks, along with their parents and guardians, stretching from 120 all the way down to the other 20-yard line. A beautiful sight here, and they get a big hand from the crowd on hand at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be back to take a look at the Bulldog offense right after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football on your sports beat station, KGAS.
Are you tired of being just another policy number? Call Tate Barber at State Farm, where we still believe in the old version of the Golden Rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. If trustworthy service is as important to you as it is to him, then go by today. They don't want to just write your insurance. They want to take the time to customize a policy to fit your individual insurance needs and become your agent and friend for life. Call Tate Barber today at State Farm, 903-693-7555.
All right, we're going to take a look now at the offensive line. Mitchell Kimman anchors it in the middle at center. 5'11", 240-pound senior. Morgan Jeans is the right guard, 6 foot, 260-pound senior. Elsie Hicks, the left guard, 6 foot, 255, a senior. Greg Brantley, the left tackle, 6'7", 310, a senior. And the right tackle is Mario McCain, 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore. We'll take a look at the tight end and the wideouts right after this from your sports beat station, KGAS.
H-E-B is your hometown and neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. H-E-B in Carthage has the finest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste your time and gas going out of town when your local H-E-B has everything that you need at prices that you'll love? H-E-B in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
You know Creel's, the Dish TV place. Now introducing Creel's AAA Wholesale Fence Company. The Creel's have been serving the Carthage area for over 35 years. Call Creel's for all of your residential, commercial, and oil field fencing needs. Creel's can sell you the material at wholesale prices or provide full-line installation. Do-it-yourselfers and fence contractors are welcome. Don't forget to call Creel's, the Dish TV place about Dish Network, DirecTV, or Hughes Internet for your home or business. Call today, 903-693-2722. 693-2722 for Creel's.
Now again, here's Larry Allen.
All right, thanks, Jerry. Our senior receivers include at tight end Clint Cage, 6'2", 200-pound senior, 16 receptions this year, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tasker Shannon is a wideout, 6'3", 185, a senior. And going to TCU next year, Ed Pope, 6'3", 170, a senior, 60 receptions, 964 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. A look at the Bulldog backfield after this break for our sponsors. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KGAS.
Courtney Construction of Carthage knows the oil field and pipeline business. Courtney Construction provides equipment and labor for pipeline jobs, facility installations and repairs, compressor installations, pit closures and reclamations. Courtney Construction can provide the equipment, personnel, and resources required to install up to 24-inch pipe. Courtney Construction has the labor, the equipment, and the know-how. So call 903-694-2911. Courtney Construction, Highway 79 North in Carthage.
At First State Bank and Trust Company, we understand how important a dependable, independent bank is to growing families, farms, and businesses. That's the reason you'll find a level of respect and customer service here that is uncommon today. If that sounds like the kind of strong, can-do bank you're looking for, come let us show you more. A lot more. First State Bank and Trust Company, Carthage, deep in the heart of Panola County.
Since 1951, Pippin Motor Company has been serving you, the residents of Panola and surrounding counties. Hi, I'm Will Blackwell, and I want to personally invite you to buy your next newer pre-owned vehicle from us. Quality GM products, top dollar for trade-ins, low interest rates, large rebates, and a no-pressure sales experience. What better place to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle? That's Pippin Motor Company across from Panola College, 693-6691, or on the web at pippinmotorcompany.com.
All right, here's the Bulldog backfield. Blake Bogan shoots 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore, will direct the Bulldog offense. He's a quarterback, 129 of 238 through the air this year, 1,835 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 passes picked off, and he has a completion ratio of 54.2%. Tevin Pipkin is our starting tailbacks, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore, 176 carries, 1,236 yards, averaging 7 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, 13 receptions this year, 182 yards. And the fullback is Peyton Clyson, 5'8", 175-pound junior. A look at the Bulldog defense when Bulldog football returns on your Sports Beat station, KGAS.
Ken Turner Pharmacy on the Square in downtown Carthage has what you need to make you feel better. Not only will Ken Turner Pharmacy fill your prescription promptly, they'll also deliver it to your door. That way you can stay in bed and get better. Whether it's medication you need or a special gift from our gift shop that no one else will have, stop by Ken Turner Pharmacy. Ken Turner Pharmacy on the Square in Carthage, where Carthage's finest tradition.
Also bringing you the starting lineup is Little Nut Oil Company. They have 3 convenient locations to serve you: Little G's, Mini Mart, Country Crossroads, and Fairplay General Store. Little Nut Oil Company also offers farm products and industrial oils and greases. That's Little Nut Oil Company of Carthage.
Let's take a look at the Bulldog defense. The co-defensive coordinators are Darren Preston and Eric Robinson. Chad Adams at one end, 5'9", 165, a senior. The other end, Dakota Hart, 6'2", 235, a senior. Hart was 48 tackles, 8 for loss. Adams, 38 tackles, 11 for loss, and 2 sacks. At one tackle is Mario McCain, 5'11", 240-pound sophomore, 39 tackles, 5 for loss, 2 sacks. And Kalen Ware, the other tackle, 5'11", 225-pound junior. Look at the linebackers when we come back. And you're listening to Bulldog Football on KGAS.
Have you visited Carthage Furniture lately? Carthage Furniture is the huge store behind the car wash on West Panola. Monty Bacon and his fine staff offer you a large selection of Ashley and Lane recliners. With more than 40 in stock, you have a great selection of colors, styles, and sizes starting at $2.99. Monty suggests you sit in the all-new high-back, wing-back Lane recliner starting at just $2.99. For the big man, your recliner starting at only $5.99. Carthage Furniture, the huge store behind the car wash on West Panola.
For 28 years, Panola National Bank has been an active partner in our community, working in civic organizations, schools, and churches, helping Panola County and its citizens with their financial needs. Community banking is basic to America, and we're proud of our success. As the Bulldogs, Bearcats, Tigers, Yellow Jackets, and Mustangs realize goals with teamwork, we at Panola National Bank rely on our team members. We invite you to come in and meet them. As a reminder, we open a little earlier and stay a little later for your convenience. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When you're looking for high-quality personal care from people on whom you can depend, choose East Texas Medical Center in Carthage. The employees are people you know and trust. ETMC Carthage, an East Texas medical tradition. Here when you need them, yet able to refer you when circumstances arise. ETMC Carthage, a tradition of excellence, enhanced by becoming part of a system. ETMC Carthage, proud sponsors of the Carthage High School Battling Bulldogs.
All right, here are the linebackers. Trent Jackson in the middle, 108 tackles, 5 losses, 1 interception for the 5'11", 200-pound junior. Justin Williams, the wheelbacker, 84 tackles, 4 for loss, 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, a 5'11", 220-pound senior. And D.K. Calloway is the sandbacker, 5'8", 170-pound junior, incidentally taking the place of Ricky Ingram. I understand Ricky had surgery this morning, so he will not be playing for the remainder of this season. Hate to see that. Sammy Chore is the backup, incidentally, for Calloway, 5'8", 160-pound junior. We'll look at the secondary right after this from KGAS, your sports beat station for East Texas.
Your back-to-school headquarters is the Popcorn Place in Carthage. Beautiful backpacks, book bags, and all kinds of Bulldog gear for the teacher or for the fan. The Popcorn Place, they're located in the Carthage Twin Cinema Plaza. The Popcorn Place, where you find back-to-school needs and find gifts for the teacher or the football fan. The Popcorn Place in Carthage.
Open the door to new opportunities with Farmers State Bank. Whatever your banking needs may be, Farmers State Bank can help. We care about your financial well-being and want to help you make the right decisions. Come in and let our friendly, knowledgeable staff tell you about the different products and services available to meet those needs. If you do not know how easy banking at Farmers State Bank can be, let us show you today. We cannot wait for you to join our family. Farmers is an FDIC member and equal housing lender.
I'm Danny Cole with Marshall Toyota. Looking for a good used car? Check out our great selection of Toyota certified used vehicles with financing as low as 2.9%. These vehicles carry a 160-point inspection to Toyota's strict conditions and standards, include a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty, 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, 1-year roadside assistance, Carfax history report, and price to fit any budget. New or used, we've got them every day at Marshall Toyota.
Well, certainly one of the strengths of the team, and it's been from the very beginning of the season, is our secondary. 3 seniors and a junior back there. Michie Bowman, a corner, 5'8", 165. He's one of the 3 seniors. The other corner is the junior, Dominique Collins, 5'10", 170-pounder. The strong safety is Tasker Shannon, 6 foot, 185. He's a senior. And Ed Pope going to TCU, 6'3", 175. The other safety, free safety, 46 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 pass breakups. We're coming to you live from Bulldog Stadium, and we'll return right after this from your Sports Beat station.
Just-in-time sanitation services has just what you need for residential, construction, commercial, oil field, and special events. From portable toilets to roll-off dumpsters, storage containers, holding tanks, and hand-washing stations, Just-in-time sanitation can help. Dial 903-693-9991. Our commitment is to serve you. Serving all of East Texas and Western Louisiana, Just-in-time sanitation service has what you need to keep it clean and functioning. 903-693-9991. It will be done just in time. The introduction of officials tonight brought to you by Mark West Energy Partners. Mark West Energy Partners is an independent operator of large-diameter, low-pressure gathering systems interested in keeping our Panola County gas bills at a minimum. Mark West Energy Partners is also a proud Bulldog booster.
All right, here are the officials. I met these gentlemen a couple of hours ago. Referee is Jim Nolan. Umpire Keith Parker. Cody Nolan is the head linesman. Aaron McFadridge is the line judge, and Willie McKnight is the back judge. This officiating crew is from Longview. Want to make sure I mention this because I promised that I would. The UIL Regional Cross Country Meet is tomorrow in Arlington at Vandergrift Park, and the team will run at 10:25. This will be the Lady Dogs who qualified by finishing second at the District 16 3A meet. Art Horton is their coach, and the team includes Alicia Benefield, Abby Durkis, Brianna Gwynn, Lisa Roberts, Sutton Travis, Brianna Fuller, Channa Osborne, C.K. Williams, Danielle Zamazal, Kendi Hemphill, Caroline Horton, Sam Martin, and Azule. I worked on that for a while. Wallace. Okay, that's the cross-country team going to participate in the morning at Arlington. They're leaving tonight at halftime after the band members are introduced. They're going to go over and spend the night in Arlington, and they run in the morning at 10:25. All right, we'll return to Bulldog Stadium right after this from your Sports Beat station, KGAS.
If you don't have an oil well, you need to get one. So Ricky and Casey Bagley at Bagley Well Services can help you take care of it. Bagley Well Services is a complete service. Hookups, pipelines, maintenance, backhoe, dozer, and pipe hauling. Bagley Well Service, one call, does it all. 903-622-4122. So if you have an oil well, let Bagley Well Services do the work for you. 903-622-4122.
Carthage Discount Tire and Brake, located at West Panola and Charles Thomas Parkway, has the right tires for your vehicle. The right tires that will give you that smooth ride and save you fuel costs at the same time. Stop by today and let the expert staff at Carthage Discount Tire and Brake assist you. Choose from Michelin or BF Goodrich. They also offer a full auto repair shop with state-of-the-art computerized equipment. For more information, go to their website at carthagediscounttire.com. Every vehicle rides smoother with a new set of tires.
All right, again, want to mention these.
Are you or a loved one suffering from a life-limiting illness? Let Heart's Way Hospice be there for you. Our experienced and compassionate team of nurses, social workers, home health aides, and chaplains will help guide you through the difficult days ahead. For more information, please call our office in Carthage, 903-690-9924. You will not walk alone with Heart's Way Hospice.
Well, we certainly are glad to report to you the progress of the game here tonight, but a game that has a big bearing on the Carthage Bulldogs will be taking place over at Henderson tonight between Henderson and Gladewater. If Henderson wins, we are the Division II number 2 seed and will play Liberty Ilo next Thursday night at Lobo Stadium. That's what most likely would happen. But if Gladewater upsets Henderson, then we'll be the Division I school, and as Coach Surratt mentioned in Pigs Game Preview, we will play the Paris Wildcats next Friday night at Royce City. And I saw a couple of Paris coaches here as scouts. They had to divide up their scouting crew, obviously. A couple of them coming here, and about 3 or 4 of them going over to Henderson because they don't know for sure who they will be playing. Mark Harris is my broadcast partner. Mark, right beside me here in the press box.
I'll tell you what, Larry, I grew up, I'm a Bulldog. You cut me open, my blood cells look like Bulldogs, and I can't remember ever wanting Henderson to win. Okay? Now, if Henderson was in the playoffs and we weren't, I want them to win. But in district, I've never rooted for Henderson. But tonight, I'm on their bandwagon because big school is a tough road to hoe this year. You got Chapel Hill, Lindale, Paris that's playing very well.
Alvarado,
you got Salina. I mean, it's a rough road going on the Division I side this year. So I hope they win tonight. Of course, we have to take care of business ourselves. Last week, Spring Hill got a little momentum against Pittsburgh and pretty good at beating on them. And they hadn't, I don't know if they'd won a game all year at the time or maybe one game before that. And so, they feel like they're confident they're coming off a win. Surratt, I think, though, they went back to the old school from what I understand and learned how to hit and tackle this week again because we did not do very well the other night. Granted, we won the game. That's really all that counts. We did win, and now we are in the playoffs. We don't want to play Paris on Friday night in Royce City. We want to play Liberty Ilo next Thursday night at Lobo Stadium. That's what we're rooting for, but I'm very confident if we had to go big school, our coaches will have us ready. Whether we do the right thing and perform well, that's a different story. Chapel Hill is the only really team that beat us this year. Lindale. We had Chapel Hill beat if we wanted to. I mean, we made the wrong decision. So really, and Gilmer struggled to beat us. So what I'm saying is the only team that really beat us was Lindale, but it was not as close. It was closer than you thought because of the late run at the end of the ball game that stretched their lead out. But really, our coaches have had us pretty much prepared. Last week they were prepared, but we were just flat. We just didn't look good at anything, especially on offense. Our defense held its own. It bent, but it did not break. So we're looking for a good game here against Spring Hill. I know Coach Surratt has got his troops ready along with Chris Smith and E-Rob and Coach Preston. And I think I'm confident that we're going to step into the playoffs on an open note here. And we'll be back right after this.
This is Walt Sparks at XL Ford in Carthage. For the best selection of cars and trucks in the Arklatex, power, performance, economy, there's nothing like a Ford. XL Ford in Carthage has the best parts service department in the Arklatex. If you haven't driven a Ford lately, let me personally invite you to come by and take a test drive. Check us out on the internet. We will match or beat any deal in the Arklatex. Still on the South Loop and still number one. God bless America and Semper Fi.
Time to get back to the routine of fall activities, school, athletic events, band, all those exciting times, and make stopping at the filling station one of those routines. Stop by before school for some delicious breakfast burritos, biscuits with egg and sausage, and freshly made breakfast toasters. We always have those wonderful Crispitos, and while you're there, pick up lunch items. Our deli has corn dogs, fried chicken, pizza sticks, chicken tenders, potato logs, as well as barbecue and chicken sandwiches. The Fill-In Station, located at 1107 West Sabine. We hope to see you soon.
All right, the Bulldogs are back out on the field. Dogs tonight are in all red with white numbers. Of course, they wear their red helmet they've worn the entire year. White C on each side. Here come the Spring Hill Panthers onto the field. They're in white tonight with blue numbers. They wear a white helmet. And we are now ready. We've got two things left before we get underway. Really one thing, and that is the national anthem, and the kickoff will be coming up right after that. All right, so let's see if we're going to have the national anthem. Oh, we've got the coin toss still to go. Okay, have not had the coin toss. So we got the coin toss and the national anthem, and then play football here at Bulldog Stadium. The Bulldogs coming in with a record of 6-3, 3-1 in district play. And the Spring Hill Panthers, as Mark mentioned, are 2-7, 1-3 in district play. Their big win last week over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Their only win in district, 16-3A this year. All right, Larry, the fans come to their feet.
If you get to thinking about it, last year when we get beat by Chapel Hill 45-7, the last team to really spank us was Spring Hill, 45-0 over there. That Shankle kid had 150 or 60 yards rushing a long run. I remember that night. I think it was the first game of the playoffs when Bickham was here. We went over there and they just pretty much put it on us. And so anyway, here we're going to look for the coin toss now.
Okay, you got the national anthem right just before the coin toss. That's the national anthem coming to you live from Bulldog Stadium, Carthage, Texas. And they started a different rendition a couple of weeks ago, preceding it with God Bless America. Bulldog Band participating in the NAMBY competition tomorrow at SFA. And you'll hear more about that at halftime with Jerry. All right, the four captains for the Bulldogs are going to include Chad Adams, let's see, our linebacker Justin Williams. And also out there is Eric Ware. And number 24 is Chris Walton. So 4 seniors going out there. All right, let's see. We got Dustin Burns here tonight. All right, Jerry, excuse me.
Your coin toss tonight is brought to you by Carthage Towing and Wrecker Service, offering 24-hour wrecker service for all light, middle, and heavy-duty wrecker needs. Call 903-693-9242 or 903-754-1391. Carthage Towing and Wrecker Service.
All right, now let's see what happens with the coin toss. Remember, at Bulldog Stadium, the referee is mic'd.
I think Dustin is now down on the field there. He was playing double duty. You know, Dustin's the president of the Booster Club.
Right.
And so he double duties at night here. He has to go down there and close it down after every game. So he was kind of held up a while ago, but I think he's back down there now. I can see he's red. That's him.
Okay, let's see what Jim Nolan says happened here. Here's the referee, Jim Nolan, out of the Longview chapter.
Carthage won the toss and will receive.
All right, Bulldogs get the football. All right, let's go down to Dustin. Dustin Burns, our sideline reporter. Dustin, come in.
Yeah, sorry about the hold up tonight, guys, but yeah, we need to come off with a lot of fire and a lot of intensity tonight compared to last week. We want to get a good showing on our offense and our defense, our special teams tonight. Last home game, last district game, we want to end it on a good note. We want to go into the playoffs with a lot of momentum, because from here on out, it's you lose one game, you're done. We're going to face a lot of tough competition as we get in the playoffs. So we need to do the best that we can do tonight, and I think if we do that, and get some momentum, I think a lot will show tonight of how well we were going to do here in the playoffs. So we'll see how it goes here for the Bulldogs. Their last home game here at Bulldog Stadium this year, senior night for our band and our football players. I'll go ahead and throw it back up to you, Mark and Larry. We're about ready for the kickoff.
All right, very good. Bulldogs will be defending the goal to our right, which is the south goal here at Bulldog Stadium. That's the goal down on the concession stand and restroom end of the field. And we're getting ready now for the
kickoff is brought to you by Kelly's Carthage Collision Center Incorporated, offering the best and quickest body work in the area, from minor repair to major damage. Kelly's Carthage Collision offers dependable, quick service every time and free estimates. Highway 59 North, 903-693-2328.
Okay, doing the kickoff duties is going to be junior Chris Flournoy for the Spring Hill Panthers. Spring Hill coming in with a record of 2-7. 1-3 in District 16 3A. The Dogs 6-3, 3-1, have wrapped up a playoff berth. All right, here's the kick by Flournoy. A sky kick. We're going to take it. Shannon at the 25, goes right to the 30, to the 35, dodges a tackler, 40, 45, midfield, 45, 41, man to beat. He may score. Tasker Shannon is going to go the distance. A 65-yard touchdown return on the opening kickoff, and the Dogs lead 6-0.
And he was in the far side of the field from us, caught it around the 30, and had a blocker out in front, and he kind of tiptoed back and around blockers and followed his blockers, especially when he got in the open. They cleared the way from him. That's a heck of a way to start your senior game as a senior. Good job.
Last week, one reason Spring Hill upset Pittsburgh, they ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and the Dogs turned the trick on the Panthers tonight as Tasker Shannon takes it 65 yards down the far sideline. And the Dogs get an early 6-0 lead after only 15 seconds of play. All right, Jimmy Gonzalez in to attempt the extra point. Shannon is the holder. There's a good snap. The ball is on the tee. The kick is away, and this one is good. Barely got it inside that left upright. He tends to put it a little bit, but got it inside that time. 7-0 Dogs back from Bulldog Stadium right after this.
Hello, this is Melinda Leslie with Copper Falls & Company, a full-service jewelry and gift store located on the Carthage Square. We also buy gold and silver. Gold has never been this high. Take advantage of these high prices. Come by to see us. Let us weigh your gold and silver, make you an offer. You're under no obligation. We understand that a lot of people want to save their jewelry in a lockbox for their children or grandchildren, but usually they have their own jewelry to wear. So why not sell your gold, take a trip, enjoy life? It's way too short. Give us a call, 903-693-9944.
What's your biggest concern when the weather is cold? A problem with your heater or electrical system? Well, Hal and Bruce Whitaker are the names you know and trust to calm your fears. Hal and Bruce at Hal's AC and Electric know electricity. They'll help you stay warm and keep your systems running properly. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or oil-filled work, Hal's AC and Heating is the one to call at 903-693-7451. Quick, dependable service. They sell Amana, Train, and Goodman, but service all brands. Hal and Bruce Whitaker, the names that you know and trust.
All right, the Dogs with a kickoff return, 65 yards. Tasker Shannon, they jump to a 7-0 lead. And now Jimmy Gonzalez has it teed up at the 40-yard line to our right. And the Spring Hill Panthers getting ready to return this kick. Here's the kick. And this is a line drive kick headed toward the boundary, and it goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And let's see what Spring Hill elects to do. They'll probably take the 5-yard penalty at the 30 and start at their 35. That'd be my guess.
Well, he hit the ball wrong, looked like Larry, and it was looking like a top. You had top spins, and rather than it flowing like a regular pass, it was taken straight up, and it just was curving out of bounds, and the young man let it go out right before him, so they'll start with decent field position.
All right, so let's see. I think they marked this off.
Got it on the 30.
Okay, you're going to get it on the 30, all right. All right, Spring Hill at the 30-yard line. Landry Lee is their quarterback. Their starting tailback was injured last week, did not come back. Here's the handoff. It goes to their running back, and he is stopped for a loss. That's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. The ball carrier that time was Spencer Hendricks.
That's Dakota Hart. He shucked his blocker and made the hit. He went backwards as soon as he hit Dakota. It turned out to be a heck of a defensive end for us. And last year was healthy all year. This year's been a little unhealthy part of the year, but now you can tell he's healthy again.
All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to Lee. Lee play action fake, rolls to his right. He wants to throw the football, being chased, and throws it into the turf to avoid being sacked that time by Trent Jackson.
Yeah, Trent was coming up from his. I thought he should have thrown it a lot earlier. His man took a 10-yard and out, and it looked like to me he held the ball a little too long and let Jackson influence his throw.
So the incomplete pass will make it now 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 for Spring Hill at their own 28-yard line. They go without a huddle. Landry Lee, senior quarterback, directs their offense. Twin receivers to each side. Snap back to him. Looks right. Looking left. Throws left, and this is incomplete into the Spring Hill bench at about the 45-yard line. So a 2-yard loss on a running play. 2 incomplete passes. 4th down and 12. Here comes their punting unit.
Tasker Shannon out there on the coverage had him covered and hit him about the time he caught the ball or was going to catch the ball. But the defensive line had him make him throw it a little early than he wanted to. So far the defensive line looks good in this contest.
All right, sometimes we only drop back 1 in punt coverage, but this time, in punt return, but this time we drop back 2, Ed Pope and Michie Bowman. Here's a waist-high snap. He gets off a kick, pretty good boot. Bowman retreats to his 33 to take it up to the 35, 40, 45, still on his feet, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30, inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line. Great return, Michie Bowman.
Ooh, I know Coach Preston is happy about that, but there's a little yellow hanky out there, Larry. That usually means block in the back. But that's 2 good special team plays so far.
All right, it is going to come back, a 39-yard punt by Spring Hill. And what would have been a 17-37, about a 40-yard return by Michie Bowman, going to be wiped out by a penalty.
Well, we just
let's see.
Come on the offensive side of the ball. See how our offense is clicking tonight. Of course, the main piston is Bogey. And if he's on, we're on, I'm telling you.
All right, it's going to be 10 yards marked off from the 48, so that takes it back to the 38, our first penalty of the ball game. And here comes the Bulldog offense, again with Kinman, Hicks, Brantley, Jeans, and Mario McCain. The offensive line, Clint Cage, the tight end. We've got 2 wideouts, Pope, and also is T. Go Reed. Go Reed to the left, Pope to the right. They've got single coverage out there. Now we've got a late one coming out. This is Major Harris. He's going to go to the right along with Pope. Bogan shoots under center. All right, Bogan steps back. Instructions for the lineman. And now it throws to the right to Pope. Pope to the 40, 45, midfield, and out of bounds across midfield with a first down at the Spring Hill 48-yard line, pickup of 14.
Yeah, a good way to start. Get your sophomore quarterback into the ball game. Get him to throw a pass and a completion. And I think this week the seniors on the Carthage Bulldogs realized that they could be a short season right here. And so I understand that Pope got up and made a speech and told him that this wasn't going to be his last game, and he planned to go deep in the playoffs.
All right, ball on the right hash. Bogan shoots under center. Twins to the right. Here's a 3-step drop. Bogan shoots looking left. Now flushed out of the pocket. Throws, and this one is incomplete. Good coverage out there on Cage by the Spring Hill secondary man.
And I think also his first pass, the first read was covered too, and so then he went to the second read, which was Cage, and just a little bit overthrown. But right, the coverage was there, like Larry said.
Coach Surratt unhappy evidently with Bogan shoots decision that he made. Talking to him after the play. All right, now back out on the field go the Dogs. 2nd down and 10 at the Spring Hill 48-yard line. We'll come down to you to get your thoughts Dustin after this next play right here. Bogan shoots the Dogs up the line of scrimmage, right hash, heading right to left in the first quarter. Here's Bogey, 3-step drop, throws left, caught by Pope at the 40, 35, spins down to the 35, 13-yard gain, another first down. Dustin.
Yeah, we had good special teams play. The return the kickoff there and had a good punt return, but that blocking the back, that's kind of hurt us this year on some interceptions and some special teams play. We got to learn how to, if you're not going to be able to get your head across and just give up on it. But offense is doing good here. Passed the ball 3 times in a row.
High formation behind Bogan shoots, who's under center. Pope to the right, Goree to the left. Here's a handoff. It goes to Pipkin. Pipkin over the right side has about 3 to the 32.
You dive right that time. And they played it pretty well defensively on Spring Hill's part. But we need to get Tevin, his legs loosened up too. 9:53 left in the first quarter, 7-0 Carthage. Major Harris enters the game with Michi Bowman. And Cage and Classen come out.
And remember, you listeners, we're certainly interested in Henderson Gladewater scores, so pass those along to us during the game. Bogan shoots for the first time, is in the shotgun. Pipkin with him in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side. That's going to include Goree and Bowman to the left. All right, snap back to Bogan shoots, looking left, throws left. It's caught out there by Goree. Goree is immediately wrapped up and pushed back, but not after a gain to the 27, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him catch a whole lot of balls this year, but he caught that one, and he was wrapped up. It looked like he fumbled, but some kind of a pad come off of one of the boys. And the shoe, is that what? And I thought, uh-oh, but to no avail, 3rd and short.
All right, 3rd down 2. Shannon and Pope to the left. That's the short side of the field. Ball is on the left hash. Double tight end formation. Handoff Pipkin. Pipkin left side to the 25. Breaks loose to the 20. Inside the 20. Down to about the 16. Another gain of 11 yards, and they move the chains.
And that was looked like to me. He got through the line of scrimmage and got into the defensive backfield and then followed the blocker. So he's following he's getting better every game. He's going to be a talent the next 2 years.
Puts on some weight before next year. He's going to be really a load, isn't he? Mm-hmm. All right, already got the great speed. 1st down and 10 for Carthage at the Spring Hill 16-yard line. Again, ball on the left hash. So the wide side of the field is to the right. 2 receivers out there. Snap back to Bogan shoots. Looking left. Throws left to Pipkin coming out of the backfield. He's got it to the 15 and gets loose to the 13-yard line. Thought he would have more running room there, but a pretty good recovery by Spring Hill. 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and he got by the first defender, but by the time he spun around the second time, there was 3 other ones there to get him. But a pretty good pitch and catch. 8 minutes left, first quarter, 7-0 Carthage.
So it's 2nd and 7 for Carthage at the Spring Hill 13-yard line. 2nd and 7. We send 2 receivers to the right. That's Shannon and Bowman. And Pope is to the left. And we got a flag.
Yeah, Bogashuk steps out and raises his hands. When he did, one of the Spring Hill young men just couldn't keep from firing off. So it looks like it's going to be against them. But they are having a powwow out there on the 25-yard line to discuss it.
Get the defense. Remain 2nd down.
Mark, even though the coaches for the opposition, tell their players, okay, now the quarterback's going to do this.
They've seen film.
They've seen film, and they still tend to jump off sides.
Well, they're 16, 17, and 18, Larry. I mean, they're young, and they're trying to beat Brantley. How would you like to? Wouldn't you like to get advantage on him if you could?
All right,
10-pounder.
So that takes it down to the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 2 now. 2nd and 2 at the Panther 8. Ball on the left hash. Bogan shoots going into the end zone, and this one's incomplete. Going for the far corner of the end zone on the fade to Tasker Shannon. Incomplete pass.
I think he threw that one just a little bit early. Got a little antsy because Tasker hadn't come out of his break yet. So I think he threw it just a little early.
3rd down now. 3rd down and 2 at the Spring Hill 8. Pipkin's the tailback. Bogan shoots under center. The tight end, Cage, is on the left side. Bogan shoots steps back. This time Spring Hill does not come across. Bogan shoots again under center. Here's a handoff. Pipkin left side, down close to the 5, and then push back. I think he got the 1st down at the 6.
It looks like he has, because I'm looking at the guy on the other side, but it looks like it's going to be close enough to possibly measure.
All right, they are going to say it is 4th down. So no first down, 4th down and inches for the Bulldogs, evidently. Now the referee's going to be called in, and they may take a look at this and measure it after all. I don't think the referee knew how close it was, and they are going to bring in the change. So once again, the significance of the games tonight, if Henderson wins against Gladewater, we are Division II, and we'll play against Liberty ILO next Thursday night at Lobo Stadium.
Hey, Dustin, does it look like down there? He's right there on it. I'm wondering if he can see what it was. And Henderson's ahead 3-0.
And if Gladewater would upset the Lions, then will be Division I play Paris next Friday night at Royce City. It is a first down for the Bulldogs. All right, Dustin. All right,
first down by the nose, but some things that we don't think about in games like this where we have teams that don't quite match up with us. As far as our personnel, Surratt tends to work on things that he thinks we need to work on to get ready for the playoffs. Kind of like our passing game. I feel like we're going to pass the ball out and run it when we need to, and run the ball almost as much as we pass. But sometimes these games like this, Surratt likes to work on things that he thinks that'll help us out in the playoffs, like our passing game, because we struggled last week in our passing game.
All right, 1st and goal at the 6. Bogan shoots under center. Tight end Cage is on the left side. Bogan shoots play action fake, rolls to his left. And he's going to run it now. He's to the 5, inside the 5, down close to the 1. Well, when he decided to run it, he took off and almost got into the end zone. Picks up about 4 yards, at least 4. It'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 2.
Yeah, and he's got good wheels under him, but he really proved it the other night against Henderson when we ran that trick play and 2 guys were right behind him, and I think he was just running scared. That's why he was running so fast.
Well, we're going to give him 5. He's just short of the 1. 5 yards down, just short of the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal for Carthage at the Panther 1.
We brought the beef in, Larry.
All right, jumbo package in there, and that includes Mario McCain as a blocker in the backfield. Trent Jackson is the tailback, and let's see, we've got some confusion there. What happened? There was an early snap, is that right?
It looked like to me they jumped, but I couldn't tell. There's not a flag. But a lot of times the center's taught if somebody jumps, snap it, and that might have been what happened.
Okay, we have a loss of 1. Dustin, quickly, what happened there?
Defenders jumped kind of offside. I don't know if the center went ahead and snapped it or if he actually hit the ball, but the ball came right back to Bogey whenever that defender for Spring Hill jumped off the sides.
Okay, loss of 1 back to the 2. Here's handoff Jackson. Jackson left side, untouched into the end zone. Trent Jackson, 2-yard touchdown run. I believe that's his 5th touchdown of the year, and the Bulldogs now lead at 13-0. 5:26 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, we go to that beef play when we bring in Bankhead and McCain, and we put them have an eye in the backfield, and it's just hard to stop that play.
Now, if you were at Pigskin Preview, at Chalk Talk this last Monday, you heard Coach Preston talking about the extra points off of the swinging gate. We go out of the swinging gate into the kick formation. Jimmy Gonzalez in to kick it. There's a good snap. The kick is away. This one looks good, and it is. And Carthage leads at 14-0 back from Bulldog Stadium right after this.
Attention hunters, Bill's Meat Market in Carthage is ready to process your deer, wild hog, or elk, providing regular cuts, smoked sausage, even summer sausage and jerky. Remember, by law, you must deliver your kill skinned, gutted, and in an ice chest. Bill says it's time to order those holiday hams and turkeys, smoked, fried, or fresh. Catering is also available for the holiday parties. Bill's Meat Market and Catering, 1317 West Panola, 693-6122. Bill's in Carthage. They have great food.
Are you tired of being just another policy number? Call Tate Barber at State Farm, where we still believe in the old version of the Golden Rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. If trustworthy service is as important to you as it is to him, then go by today. They don't want to just write your insurance. They want to take the time to customize a policy to fit your individual insurance needs and become your agent and friend for life. Call Tate Barber today at State Farm, 903-693-7555.
All right, the Bulldogs lead at 14-0. If you've just joined us, 65-yard kickoff return, the opening kickoff by Tasker Shannon, and now a 2-yard run by Trent Jackson. Those are our 2 TDs. Here's the kick, line drive kick over toward the near sideline, and this one also goes out of bounds. Second time that we've had a kickoff go out of bounds, and again, Spring Hill will get it at the 30-yard line.
He looked like he hit it again wrong. It was fluttering like a duck, then wounded, and went to the our side of the field. And went out at 11, so undoubtedly they'll take it at the 30 again.
Landry Lee is their quarterback. And on their first series, they had Spencer Hendricks in at tailback, replacing Ben Hollis, who was injured last week against Pittsburgh and did not go back into the game. Our coaching staff sort of thought he might be playing tonight, but he is not. Spring Hill Panthers come up to the line of scrimmage here in all white with blue numbers. They wear a white helmet, and they have a blue SH on the side of their helmets for Spring Hill. All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun with Hendricks back there with him. 3 receivers to the right. Here's the quarterback looking to the right, completes a pass, and he is immediately brought down for a 3-yard loss back to the 27-yard line.
D.K. Callaway playing from his outside linebacker position. You could tell he smelled that out, and he was coming to make the tackle before the young man even threw the ball. And then there was a host of other dogs that helped him out, but it was D.K. Callaway that caused that problem.
Landry Lee 1 out of 3 now, passing for a negative 3 yards. Second down and 13 for Spring Hill. They've got minus 5 yards total offense so far. All right, here's a snap back to Lee. Lee looks like he wants to go with a screen, and it's in trouble for the Spring Hill Panthers, and he simply throws it at the foot of one of the linebackers of the Bulldogs. This is going to be intentional grounding. Yeah. Landry Lee in trouble, heavy pressure, and we broke up their screen pass.
Spring Hill.
All right, that's the referee telling you it's intentional grounding, and that'll be a penalty against the Panthers.
I tell you what, I'd have done the same thing. Looking up and see that sea of red coming at you. We had the screen covered by the linebackers and the linemen. They let him through on purpose to get out of the way. And Jerry Graves was just about to get to him, and he threw it at his feet, I think. Greg Graves, excuse me.
All right, the officials talking about what this penalty entails. It is a loss of down. And it's going to be
a 5-yarder.
Well, right there would be 8 yards.
Henderson's ahead 10-0.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so Dustin, we'll go down to you in a second. Was that one enforced from where he threw the pass? That's about where he threw it. And at any rate, it is a penalty, and it goes back to the 19-yard line. So that would be a loss there of 8 yards on that penalty. All right, it's going to be now 3rd down for Spring Hill. 3rd down, and they have 21 yards to go for a first down. Back at their own 19. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to him, and he hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks has about 3 yards, make that 2 yards out to the 21-yard line. Okay, Dustin, down to you.
Yeah, I was down here listening to Coach Smith, our offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, talk to the offense, and I basically just ran over all the plays they had from that last series where we scored. Went over everything, looked to see where the linemen and linebackers are lining up, which is a normal thing every Friday night. Just after about every series, they kind of go through the plays, and the ones that they have problems on, they kind of talk it over, find out where they line up, and talk about what'll work for them in the game plan tonight for the run and pass.
All right. Line of scrimmage is a 21 for the kick. Landry Lee is the punter. Waist-high snap. Gets off a pretty good kick. All right, Bowman from his own 44 to the midfield marker, 45, and pretty good return from Michi down to the Bulldog 42-yard line, and that would be a 35-yard kick for Landry Lee.
Larry, I don't know if did you watch a game last night, Longview playing on Fox Southwest?
Some of it.
And who they're playing, DeSoto?
Yes, sir.
Neither one to me. Now, they've got great athletes on both sides of that ball, but I don't think they can run an offense like our offense run. Ours is so diversified. Theirs was like they had 4 or 5 plays they ran. Ours, you're not going to tell what they're going to do anytime they come to the line of scrimmage.
All right, we go with wideouts to the right, too. All right, snap back to Bogan, shoots in the gun, looking right. He throws right over the head of Michi Bowman at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit too tall for Michi to come down with that one.
Yeah, and I think, you wish he had that throw over again, too, because number 1, Pope was open down in the deep flat. So he just getting a little antsy. With 3:24 left in the first quarter, 14-0 Carthage.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Panther 42-yard line. This entire game has been played pretty much on the Spring Hill end of the field. All right, Bogan shoots under center. Bogan shoots play action fake. Looking over the middle. He throws. Great catch by Cage down there as he reached up to get it across the 30 and tackled at the 28 for a first down, 14-yard pickup.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty right there now. That's what we like to see out of the two right there. He runs down the seam and he throws him from good strike. Good throw and good catch.
Nice catch there by Clint Cage. Boy, we just look sharp so far right now. 3:13 to play in the first quarter. The practice that I went to this week, I thought we were looking good, and it's showing up on the field right now. Twins to the right, one to the left. Here's Bowman, three-step drop, throw in right. This is caught by Shannon at the 20, 15, into the 10, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Another pickup of 20 yards.
Another good throw. That was a slant coming from their side of the field towards us, and he threw a perfect in-stride pass. Very good, very good. We need Bogey to have that kind of confidence going into the playoffs.
All right, it's first and goal for Carthage at the Panther 8-yard line. Bogan shoots under center. Twins to the left, one to the right. That's Bowman. Tight end right. Here's Bogan shoots, three-step drop, throws left, and it is incomplete off the hands of Shannon down close to the goal line.
And there was a young man that put a hit on him, too, right when he was about to catch the ball. I don't know if he'd have caught it or not, if he would not have been hit. But second down and goal.
Second down, goal at the Spring Hill 8-yard line. 2:36 to go in the first quarter. Carthage leading 14-0. We got it started right from the get-go with a 65-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff by Tasker Shannon. Trent Jackson scored later on the jumbo package 2-yard run. And now it's second and goal at the Spring Hill 8. Shannon split left. We've got two wideouts to the right. That's the short side of the field. Ball on the right hash. Here's a pump fake left. Now going for the fade in the end zone to Shannon. A little bit overthrown, and it's going to bring up third down and goal.
Yeah, and Shannon got tied up out there on the outside with the defender and didn't get in full stride, or he might have run right up under that ball. That ball might have been thrown perfect. We couldn't tell because he was tied up.
So third and goal at the Spring Hill 8. Latest score we had, incidentally, was Henderson at leading Gladewater 10-0. Third and goal at the Spring Hill 8. Ball is spotted, I said, on the right hash. It's actually about 5 yards to the left of the right hash. Shannon splits to the right, and we've got Pope and Bowman out to the left. Bogan shoots in the backfield to get this snap in the gun. He throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Pope in the end zone.
I really couldn't tell if that was thrown bad or not. It looked like it hit Pope's in the hands. But those are very hard throws to make in the traffic that's around. You got linebackers and defensive backs all over the place running different directions. So it's hard to place one in. So we're going to kick a field goal, looks like.
All right, Jimmy Gonzalez will come out. Gonzalez, who missed an extra point and a field goal last week, both of them to the left. And this time Tasker Shannon will put it down, put the tee down. It's right on the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard field goal, a slight angle back to the left. Slight angle to the left. 25-yard field goal by Jimmy Gonzalez. We await the snap. Good snap. Kick is away, and this one's plenty of distance, and it is good. 25-yard field goal by Gonzalez makes it 17-0 back from Bulldog Stadium after this break.
H-E-B is your hometown neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. H-E-B in Carthage has the finest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste your time and gas going out of town when your local H-E-B has everything that you need at prices that you'll love? H-E-B in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
You know Creel's, the Dish TV place. Now introducing Creel's AAA Wholesale Fence Company. The Creels have been serving the Carthage area for over 35 years. Call Creel's for all of your residential, commercial, and oil field fencing needs. Creel's can sell you the material at wholesale prices or provide full-line installation. Do-it-yourselfers and fence contractors are welcome. Don't forget to call Creel's, the Dish TV place, about Dish Network, DirecTV, or Hughes Internet for your home or business. Call today, 903-693-2722. 693-2722 for Creels.
All right, Dogs up 17-0. We've scored on 2 touchdowns. Kickoff return by Tasker Shannon. 2-yard run, Trent Jackson. 25-yard field goal, Jimmy Gonzalez. And we have stopped Spring Hill just cold. Spring Hill has minus 5 yards total offense so far Here's the kick by Gonzalez. High kick this time. It will not go out of bounds. Taken at the 15, up to the 20. Going left now. Gets some running room. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Midfield. And I tell you what, Coach Preston will not be happy about that. He got to the outside on the left side and had a good return of about 35 yards to midfield.
And that outside guy on the other side, his sole job is to turn the play in. And he wasn't there. Scores 10-8 now, Larry and Henderson.
Okay. Wow. Of course, you know, the Lions last year were in exactly the same predicament. They won the first 7. They were 7-0. They lost to Gilmer. They lost to Carthage in opposite order. Carthage, then Gilmer. And lost both those games at home. And then they won 6 in a row, won the state championship. All right, ball at midfield. Landry Lee in the shotgun for Spring Hill. In the pistol, here's Lee taking the snap, going to run it himself to the left side, has a little bit of running room, and he may have the 45-yard line. Let's see, I don't think, not quite there. Yes, make it 4 yards for Landry Lee.
Oh, yeah, number 19, Dominic Collins, was on the tackle there. Cleaned up by Jackson.
All right, we'll give him 5 to the 45. It's actually just short of the 45-yard line, so now the Spring Hill Panthers have 0 total yards in the ball game. Landry Lee in the shotgun, in the pistol. All right, he's got 2 receivers to the right and the left, and here is Lee handing off to Hendricks. Hendricks trying to go straight ahead, has 1, and then is pushed back by a dog defense, pushed back after he got to the 44-yard line.
That was led by Justin Williams there, his linebacker position, and a bunch of other dogs jumped in and the party. Third and pretty good 4 or 5 yards with 1:05 left, first quarter, 17-0 Carthage.
All right, Dustin, we'll go down to you after this next play here. We've got 57. Well, let's see. Maybe not, because this could be the final play of the first quarter. Landry Lee in the gun. And here's a snap back to him, looking left. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket. The referee gets in the way, still being chased by Hart. Throws downfield, and this one is caught at the 44-yard line, and then he is dropped immediately at the 44. No gain on the play. Dakota Hart putting big-time pressure on Landry Lee, and Lee had to unload it before he wanted to. The referee got right in the middle of the play also, and that brings up 4th down, and that may be the final play here of the first quarter.
And
we'll
Dakota got rocked. He was chasing him from behind, didn't see a blocker come, and got freight trained or planted like a tree at a nursery.
All right, let's see.
Probably near fair play.
All right, they are going to. No, they will not get the punt off. That's the end of the first quarter. Carthage up 17-0. Back right after this.
Courtney Construction of Carthage knows the oil field and pipeline business. Courtney Construction provides equipment and labor for pipeline jobs, facility installations and repairs, compressor installations, pit closures and reclamations. Courtney Construction can provide the equipment, personnel, and resources required to install up to 24-inch pipe. Courtney Construction has the labor, the equipment, and the know-how. So call 903-694-2911. Courtney Construction, Highway 79 North in Carthage.
At First State Bank and Trust Company, we understand how important a dependable, independent bank is to growing families, farms, and businesses. That's the reason you'll find a level of respect and customer service here that is uncommon today. If that sounds like the kind of strong, can-do bank you're looking for, come let us show you more. A lot more. First State Bank and Trust Company, Carthage, deep in the heart of Panola County. Member FDIC.
All right, so we will start the second quarter with a punt. The line of scrimmage is the Carthage 44, and Spring Hill apparently is going to kick it away. Of course, from this field position, you might expect maybe a fake. He will kick it. Landry Lee kicks it, and it's going to be hitting the ground, 10-yard line on into the end zone, and it is a safety. Boy, that came fairly close to a couple of Bulldogs right there.
Well, Tasker was facing the other direction, and Mitchie was yelling, for a fair catch, but he was just going to fake it. But I think Tasker was kind of in his way to catch it, and it landed right by Tasker, rolled on into the end zone. Matter of fact, Spring Hill, one of the players thought it might have touched him, and he ran into the end zone, but the umpire said no.
So it is a net of 24 yards. It was a 44-yard net of 24. as the Bulldogs have it after the touchback out at their 20-yard line. All right, again, the latest score from Henderson. Henderson up 10-8 over the Gladewater Bears. Here's Bogan, shoots, play action fake. He's going to throw downfield, intercepted at the 40-yard line and tackled immediately by Pope. Intercepted by the Panthers at the Bulldog 40, and he is tackled at the 39 by Ed Pope.
Yeah, no, I think he had to throw the ball a little early, and the route wasn't finished yet, it looked like to me. You know, Larry and I have been fortunate, and Jerry and Dustin have been in a bunch of different press boxes over the last 4 or 5 years, but we don't get treated any better anywhere else than here at Carthage. And
right at home.
Charlotte Soap and Pat Browning, they are out there trying to sell their raccoon chili out there from Fairplay, and they get everybody that can to eat it.
All right, Landry Lee in the gun, snap back to him, pump fake right. Now he's going to go deep right, and this one's going to be well overthrown. The closest player to that was Ed Pope. It's an incomplete pass. All right, Dustin, let's go down to you right now.
No, the interception there, and one thing tonight, we're trying out a different football with our quarterback. You know, it's a Wilson ball. We've been using a Nike, and it's a little bit smaller ball, and, you know, he threw the ball good in practice this week, and he's just been kind of, you know, behind the receivers a little bit and a little high. And, you know, we got to hopefully that ball would have solved the problem, you know, but we got to, you know, he's got to get that ball down and get it to his receivers.
All right, Landry Lee gets the snap, handoff to Hendricks. Hendricks wrapped up, and that is going to be no gain. In fact, he lost a little bit right there. 3rd down and long coming up for Spring Hill.
Adams, Hart, and Callaway. I'm liking that I'm calling Callaway. Callaway's had to fill big shoes with Ricky Ingram and Phillip Burns out, and he has done very well. Of course, he's a heck of an athlete, and he's a running back that we could go to if we need to. 11 minutes left in the half, 17-0 Carthage.
All right, we'll call that a loss of 1 for Hendricks. It goes back into the 40-yard line, making it 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11 for Spring Hill just across the Carthage 40-yard line. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Hendricks with him in the backfield. Snap back to Lee. He rolls to his right. He wants to throw it. He throws, and it is incomplete, out of the hands of the intended receiver at the Carthage 35, and that will bring up 4th down and 11.
Yeah, and he hit the receiver right in the hands, and it went through his hands. I thought he had heard footsteps coming from behind him. But so far, our defense has been pretty stingy tonight.
Once again, we'll mention the significance of that Henderson game. If Henderson wins, then we go Division 2 seed next Thursday night, Liberty Ilo Lobo Stadium. If Gladewater wins, we go Division 1. Paris is our opposition next Friday night at Royce City. All right, 4th down and 11 at the Carthage 40. Spring Hill going for it. Landry Lee takes a snap. No, he's going to kick it. And this one goes toward the end zone. It hits at the 5, and is it down in the field of play? The official, I think, is going to give it to Spring Hill. That young man, number 19, threw it back just before he went into the end zone, and we're going to have it at the Spring Hill 4-yard line.
Dalton Huffman's his name. He's a senior, and he did a very good job of just running right through the ball and sending it backwards, and somebody else followed him up. But that just leaves us 96 yards. It's not a big deal, Larry.
All right, let's see. Here comes our offensive line out. And looks like we've got Griffin Bankhead in there, giving Mario McCain a rest. McCain goes both ways, and so Bankhead is the right tackle. As we start from our 4, handoff Pipkin up the middle, 5, 10, 15, out to the 20, across the 20 to the 22-yard line, a gain of 18.
Had a good hole there by the offensive line. He shot through the offensive line. You didn't see, all of a sudden you see him appear behind the linebackers. One move is all he needed, and he'd have been gone.
All right, we'll give him 19 to the 23. Pipkin, 4 carries, 35 yards. 1st and 10, Carthage at our 23. 10:05 to play in the half. Pitch out Pipkin, going left. 25, maybe the 26. And a gain of about 3 yards there.
Well, it's the end of the first quarter in Henderson. It's still 10-8.
Gain of 3 for Pip. It's now going to be 2nd and 7 for Carthage at our 26. A ball on the left hash as the Dogs go left to right here in the second quarter, so they're heading toward the south end zone.
Will Harris enters the ball game as the second tight end.
All right, let's see. Now we've got 2 receivers split out to the right. Bogan shoots under center, ball on the left hash. Handoff Pipkin right side, and he squirms forward for about 5 yards, make it 4 to the 30-yard line.
Pretty good hole right there that he ran through, but there was a good open field tackle out there made by one of the Spring Hill Panthers. And so now Clausen comes back in, and Harris comes out. 9:06 left in the half, 17-0 Carthage.
What'd you say the latest was, 10-8?
10-8.
Wow. Gladwater hanging tough. So far, 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs at their 30-yard line. Bogan shoots under center, handoff Pipkin. Pipkin going left, trying to go left, and he's not going to get the first down. Spring Hill bench excited about that. Pipkin stopped for no gain, and that will bring up 4th and 3 for Carthage at their 30. Looks like we're going to send the punting team on, and there they go.
Well, a while ago when we kicked the field goal, we need to practice those things. We could have gone for it down there. Most of the time he would have, but we need to learn how to kick the field goal. We need to learn our punts too. It's Gilmer 0, Pittsburgh 0 in the second quarter. That Pittsburgh is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One game they're good, and one game they're bad.
All right, line of scrimmage is a 30. Here's a waist-high snap. Good. Nice punt by Gonzalez. Nice punt. Drives it back to the 28-yard line, across the 25, down to the 20. And it's going to be down at the 20-yard line. A heck of a kick that time by Jimmy Gonzalez.
Well, we were on the 28-yard line, so taking it down to the 20, that's a pretty good kick. And remember, we watched him kick before the game started. Larry and I were talking about how good he was kicking the ball tonight.
All right, that is a 49-yard kick by Jimmy Gonzalez as they spotted at the 21-yard line. Boy, isn't that some score? Pittsburgh and Gilmer scoreless in the second quarter. Boy, Pittsburgh, don't you know they're just shooting themselves because, if they had beaten Spring Hill, then if they beat Gilmer, then they'd be into the playoffs. I believe I'm right on that. So, here's the Spring Hill Panthers with the snap. They hand off to a wide receiver going to his left, and he is stopped after about a 1-yard gain to the 22.
Great play by Michi. Michi had a blocker out on him and it stuffed him and was setting on him and then jumped and made the tackle the last second. Good play by Michi Bowen on that. But, also Pittsburgh is also probably upset. They think they had us beat. They think that they beat us in that game. We just come out and got lucky.
2nd and 9 for Spring Hill at their 22. Ball is on the left hash. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to Lee. Hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks going left. Wrapped up by Justin. Number 44. That is Williams. And he still manages to get about 3 yards out of that, out to the 25.
7:08 left, 17-0. A good tackle by Justin at that point because he was in his linebacker position. Hendricks had already come through the line of scrimmage. And so he pretty much put him down by himself right there.
All right, it is going to be third down and 6. 3rd and 6 for Spring Hill at their 25-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to Lee. Lee looking right. He throws right, and it's dropped. Dropped out at the 30-yard line. It would have been about a yard shy of the first down, but he dropped it, and the Panthers are going to kick it away again. This will be their 5th punt of the ball game already, and we're just midway through the second quarter.
And then, I'll tell you what, the tackle by Jackson on that, he lined up and hit him about the time the ball got there and broke that pass play up. But we had number 86 in the game then, Jamarcus Robertson, a sophomore at defensive lineman then. He's still in the game. He's on this end with this punt team.
All right, here's Landry Lee. Low snap. We had a pretty good rush, but we get it off. There's going to be a flag for hitting the punter, taken by Bowman at the 45, back to midfield, the 45, and the other end down to the 42, but there's going to be a flag against the Bulldogs for hitting the punter.
And do they do a 5 or 15 anymore?
Return for the Bulldogs.
Or do they just do a straight first down there?
Forgot. We're going to know here in a second.
Running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Okay, it's a 5-yard penalty, so that would make it 4th and 1.
Okay. 6:24 left in the half. 17-0 Carthage. Like Larry said, the 5th punt of Spring Hill already. And we're not near the end of the first half.
So that was a running into the kicker instead of a personal foul, 5-yard penalty. Still leaves them a yard shy of the first down, and looks like they will again kick it away. Line of scrimmage will be the 30. Landry Lee, their quarterback, is the punter. That time it was a low snap, and we got a good rush on him. Did not get the block and got too close to him. All right, here's the snap, and this time it's a kick, not very long. All right, Bowman from the 39 goes to the 40, 45, and is stopped at our 48-yard line.
Pretty good coverage in by Spring Hill. Then we have a late hit or something. There's a flag come in the air. So let's see what that is.
31-yard kick. And Michi Bowman with a return and a flag after the play.
And Michi looks like he's not happy, so I'm wondering if they've called a penalty against him somehow.
All right, we're going to get the referees. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards.
I don't know who that was one. It was that the play was over with. We didn't see it.
All right, Dustin, we'll go down to you here in just a second, see if you know what that unsportsmanlike was, and also get your thoughts on how the first half is progressing. 6:05 left. We'll go down to you after this next play. 6:05 left to play in the first half. Carthage leading 17-0. We'll always come back out on the field.
See what E-Rob's telling them down there on the defense, too.
First down and 10 for the Dogs at their 33. All right, we're going to send Shannon to the left, and we've got two receivers split out to the right. Snap back to Bogey in the gun. Looking over the middle. Good protection. He's going to go deep for Chore downfield. This is incomplete. Hung in the air a little bit too long. Incomplete pass. All right, Dustin, down to you.
Yeah, the offense didn't look too shabby there in the last drive. We had that good run by Pipkin to get us out, from inside the 3-yard line. Then we just kind of fell apart there, missed some blocks on some run plays, and it was a good pass there by Blake. You got the speedy Sammy Chore there, and Blake just like you said, he got a little bit too much air and underthrew it. But we're seeing a lot of players on offense tonight, and the receiving core. You got Major Harris coming in there, O'Kirian. Sophomore receiver, Tyrion Goree, another sophomore receiver. Mixing in a lot of guys in there in the receiving corps. So, just haven't been able to get the passing game clicking real good tonight.
Bogan shoots 6 out of 9 to start the game, 0 for 6 since then. All right, pass to the right to Pope. This is complete to the 35, 40. Nice run by Ed after the catch. Flag on the play back at the 33-yard line. So we'll wait and see what that's about.
Yeah, he made a pretty good move after catching that pass and running up the sidelines. We were talking last week in Glaywater about who we thought maybe the MVP of our district is,
It's the offense.
If you think about it, Edward Pope never comes off the field. And to me, that shows that he probably should be the MVP of the district. The quarterback from Henderson's good. The quarterback is hurt from Gilmer, so he not going to play for 3 or 4 games. And so I think Pope deserves that honor.
All right, that's a 1-yard completion. Then they mark out the penalty from the spot of the foul, and so it's a 10-yard penalty from the 34 back to the 24. All right, twin receivers to the left, one to the right. Here's Bogan shoots, play action fake. Flag comes down. False start against Carthage.
Well, we've been decreasing is what I call it. Since we got the ball, it was going further and further back. 5:27 left first half, 17-0. We're in charge of this game, but we're starting to look a little sloppy.
That's exactly right. 5:27, as he said, as Mark said, have to go in the half. Twins to the left, one to the right. Bogan shoots under center. All right, he drops back, wants to throw it, throws it left. This one is caught by Pope. Nice catch out of the 35, and he's dropped at the 37-yard line. Nice pickup. Still going to be short of the first down.
Well, plus, Pope's size is what made that pass. It was a little high, and he reached out there and grabbed it. Real good catch by Pope.
That's a 19-yard pickup to our 38, making it 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 for Carthage at our 38. Nice grab that time by Ed Pope. All right, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Bogan shoots, 3-step drop, throws left. This one is caught by Tasker Shannon. Nice grab off the turf at the 45-yard line for a first down, 7-yard pass play.
I mean, that play looked like you'd have to replay it on NFL today because he looked like, of course, he put on a good acting. He covered it up like he should have.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Dogs at their 45. Ball on the left hash. So they're going left to right here in the second quarter toward the south goal. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's a pitch out, or a handoff goes to Pipkin. Pipkin right side, and a gain of 4 to the 49.
Yes, that was dive right, and we'll take that gain. That's going to be about 4.5 yard gain. Henderson 17, Gladewater 8.
2nd and 6 for Carthage at their 49. 4:05 to play in the half. Dogs up 17-0 here at Bulldog Stadium. All right, let's see. We're going to send Pope and Shannon to the left, and this is Sammy Chore to the right. As Mark said, great speed over here on the right side in Chore. Here's Bogan, shoots play action fake. Looking right, going right, deep right for Chore, and this one is incomplete. A couple of yards over his outstretched hands down at the Spring Hill 13-yard line.
Yeah, and I think we've got a lot of new players in the ball game. I think he's throwing new kids in there to see what we could get out of them. At that point, Bogey threw that ball like Chore was only like 15 yards down the field, and it landed 20 yards further. So he got rid of it probably a little too soon.
I tell you what, Chris Smith is usually a pretty tranquil type guy, but he got after one of our starting offensive linemen who just came off the field. You rarely see him getting after someone, being that demonstrative. 3rd down and 6 now for the Bulldogs, and we're going to take a timeout. We will too here at Bulldog Stadium.
Your back-to-school headquarters is the Popcorn Place in Carthage. Beautiful backpacks, book bags, and all kinds of Bulldog gear for the teacher or for the fan. The Popcorn Place, they're located in the Carthage Twin Cinema Plaza. The Popcorn Place, where you find back-to-school needs and find gifts for the teacher or the football fan. The Popcorn Place in Carthage.
All right, we're back here at Bulldog Stadium. All right, Dustin, we've got a timeout. Let's go back down to you.
I think Dustin's talking to somebody.
Okay, 3:37 to go in the first half. Latest score from Henderson was
17-8.
17-8. Any idea of the time left?
7:38 left in the second quarter.
How much?
7 minutes, 38
7 minutes, okay. All right, at Bulldog Stadium here, Bulldogs lead the Spring Hill Panthers 17-0. And it is 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6. We've got 3:37 to go in the half. 3rd and 6 for Carthage at our 49-yard line. Be sure and stay with us at halftime. Senior night. That means the senior band members are going to be introduced. And the Bulldog band on their way to Nacogdoches tomorrow for the Namby competition. All right, we've got Twins to the left, Shannon to the right. Here's snap back to Bogan, shoots. Bogan shoots looking right. He throws right for Shannon. Caught at the 38 to the 35. Down to the 32-yard line. Nice pickup on the pass play to Tasker Shannon.
And that was when Bogey has time, Bogey does well. And he had time then. They cleared the lanes out for him where he could see, and did a real good job of getting the ball out there. You know, we talk about him maybe being off sometimes. It may not be him. It may be that somebody's down his throat, and he's got to get rid of it early.
19-yard pass for Shannon. Tasker Shannon, or to Tasker Shannon. Here's Bogan shoots in the gun. Throwing right, and a little bit too tall for Shannon down at the 18-yard line.
Well, I'm going to call that a good throw because there was a linebacker that was peeling out up under the coverage, and Bogan shoots must have felt that because it would have been intercepted if he'd have thrown it straight, I think. So it had to be a perfect pass.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Spring Hill 32. It's at the 32. 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the right hash. Bulldogs going left to right here at Bulldog Stadium, headed toward the south end zone. All right, Twins to the left. 1 to the right, handoff Pipkin. Pipkin up the middle, 30, 25, and down to about the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down, Tevin Pipkin.
I think he got so wide open, he tripped on his own 2 feet. He got into the secondary and was nobody there, and he fell forward on his own. 2:58 left in the half, 17-0. Dogs are trying to score again.
Carthage 11 first down, Spring Hill none. Bulldogs 1st and 10 at the Spring Hill 22-yard line. Bogan shoot's going to be under center. We've got Goree split out to the right. And Shannon and Pope to the left. T. Goree, 6 foot, 165-pounder. Tight end Cage on the right side. Handoff Pipkin. Pipkin going right to the 20. 15. Inside the 15. Down close to another first down at about the 12-yard line. I think he's got it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that was a good run there because he didn't have anything, and he was taking what he could give him, what they were giving him, and he was cutting, bending out, and ended up making a real good run on that.
10 yards for Pipkin. 10 carries, 66 yards for the Carthage sophomore. 2:15 to go in the half. Dogs up 17-0 on a drive here. 1st and 10 at the Spring Hill 12-yard line. Looking sharp on this drive. Bogan shoots under center. Bogan shoots play action fake. Looks to throw. Throws. This one is picked off down at the 2, down to the 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to go. This man's going to score for Spring Hill. Goree trying to chase him down. He's at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. That's about a 98-yard interception return for the Spring Hill Panthers.
Yeah, and that's also a 14-point swing, really. You talk about we were there going to score, and then they get the points instead of us. So the score is 24-8 now in Henderson's ball game. 5 minutes left in the half, so Henderson has found their ways to score.
Long interception return for the Spring Hill Panthers, and so they are on the board. It's now 17-6 Carthage.
I don't know whose fault that was. Cage was out in the area, but he wasn't even looking at the ball. So I don't know if he was supposed to cut in or out at that point.
All right, Spring Hill attempting the extra point. This is Flournoy, their kicker. High snap. He gets it down. The kick is away, and it is good. It's 17-7 now. Carthage, 1:46 to play in the half. Back from Bulldog Stadium right after this.
Open the door to new opportunities with Farmers State Bank. Whatever your banking needs may be, Farmers State Bank can help. We care about your financial well-being and want to help you make the right decisions. Come in and let our friendly, knowledgeable staff tell you about the different products and services available to meet those needs. If you do not know how easy banking at Farmers State Bank can be, let us show you today. We cannot wait for you to join our family. Farmers is an FDIC member and equal housing lender.
I'm Danny Cole with Marshall Toyota. Looking for a good used car? Check out our great selection of Toyota certified used vehicles with financing as low as 2.9%. These vehicles carry a 160-point inspection to Toyota's strict conditions and standards, include a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty, 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, 1-year roadside assistance, Carfax history report, and price to fit any budget. New or used, we've got them every day at Marshall Toyota.
All right, we're back at Bulldog Stadium, and I tell you what, after the kickoff, Dustin, we'll go down to you and get your thoughts on that interception. What happened there? You were down on that end of the field, and we'll have that from you after the kickoff. A long interception return. I got it at 98 yards. We'll check that at halftime and see what the official yardage is.
Well,
98, 99, 100 yards, somewhere in that neck of the woods.
80 or 90% of the time when you throw that ball in the flat and the defensive back gets it, it's a touchdown because there's nobody out there but the quarterback usually to stop him. And this happened to him already once this year.
All right, here's Flournoy to kick off. And it is a onside kick, or at least he bounced it rather hard along the ground, and it's covered by one of our up men at the 49-yard line. So we've got great field position with 1:42 to go. All right, Dustin, down to you.
Yeah, I think Blake just misread the coverage on that pass. Clint had it. He was throwing to Clint Cage, our tight end. He had a guy right behind him. And I think it was either the defensive back or the safety had dropped back, and he had Terran Goree over here wide open in the flat, and he just tried to push that ball in there, and either that cornerback or that safety just sat right in front of Clint and caught it, But Clint was looking for it, but the safety just kind of read Blake's eyes and stepped in front of the pass, and he should have just thrown over here to Goree in the flat instead of trying to push it in there. His second interception night, like you said, sophomore, but not looking real spiffy on here on offense. Had a good drive and just killed it down there in the red zone.
All right, 1st and 10 from our 49. Here's Bogan, shoots, looking left. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, throws, and this one is incomplete, dropped by Pipkin at the Panther 45.
And I tell you what, that they were squibbing that kick, hoping it was going to roll down here to Larry to the 30, 35-yard line, and it just happened to go right at our boy, which ends up that we get the ball in great field position when we have plenty of time, really. 0-0 halftime. Gilmer, Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. All right, second down and 10 for Carthage at our 49. 1:33 to go. We've got 2 timeouts. Here's a handoff to Pipkin. Pipkin 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Long gainer for Tevin Pipkin.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty. He came through the line of scrimmage on the left-hand side, got into the secondary before they even knew it, turned on the 4th gear or overdrive, but he's going to get ribbed in the film. Hey, those boys caught you. 1:22 left in the half, 17-7 Carthage, and we're fixed to score, looks like.
All right, 48-yard run by Tevin Pipkin. That puts him over 100 yards, 11 carries, 114. First and goal now at the Panther 3. First and goal at the 3. No jumbo package in there. Pipkin is the tailback. Twins to the left, one to the right. Bogan shoots under center, handoff Pipkin. Pipkin toward the end zone. I don't think he's in. He's got 2 yards down to the 1, inside the 1, second and goal coming up.
Well, Pope says it was a touchdown, but he's wearing the wrong colors to call that. And so it's inside the 1-yard line.
So 2 yards down to the 1, inside the 1, in fact, just inches away. And we go under a minute to play. This may work out pretty nice right here because we're going to score with very little time left on the clock in the first half. All right, inches away from a touchdown at the Spring Hill goal line. Handoff Pipkin. Pipkin into the end zone. That's a TD. Tevin Pipkin, 1-yard run, and it's 23-7, 38 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, we decided to put it on our old horse we've been riding all year, running the ball, and he proves it just about every game. He does his job. He gets 100, 150, 200 yards rushing. And tonight he's already over 100 at half, so that's good on Tevin. He does his part.
All right, we're in the swinging gate. Going to kick formation. Major Harris is our snapper. Boy, he's done a great job all year long. Good snap. Here's the kick. It's away, and it is no good. And when he misses it to the left. True to form that time. Missed it to the left. And it's 23-7 Carthage, 38 seconds to play in the half.
Just-in-time Sanitation Services has just what you need for residential, construction, commercial, oil field, and special events. From portable toilets to roll-off dumpsters, storage containers, holding tanks, and hand-washing stations, Just-in-time Sanitation can help. Dial 903-693-9991. Our commitment is to serve you. Serving all of East Texas and Western Louisiana, Just-in-time Sanitation Service has what you need to keep it clean and functioning. 903-693-9991. It will be done just in time.
Well,
If you don't have an oil well, you need to get one. So Ricky and Casey Bagley at Bagley Well Services can help you take care of it. Bagley Well Services is a complete service. Hookups, pipelines, maintenance, backhoe, dozer, and pipe hauling. Bagley Well Service, one call does it all. 903-622-4122. So if you have an oil well, let Bagley Well Services do the work for you. 903-622-4122.
That miss by Jimmy Gonzalez got the attention of the head coach, Scott Surratt, having a chat with him for about 15 yards as Jimmy Gonzalez walked up the field. 38 seconds to go in the half. Is 23-7 Dogs up by 16. So it had been an up and down first half. Started off strong. One thing that has not been down, and that's the defense. Let's see. They have 10, 11, 8 yards total offense through the Spring Hill Panthers. No first downs in the first half. So they've been completely shut down by our D. All right, Gonzalez is going to go with a sky kick, and they're going to come up, let it hit at the 24. They pick it up at the 24, and he is snowed under. Boy, I tell you what, when it's a sky kick and you let it hit at about the 25-yard line, you can count on having contact pretty quickly. That's what happened.
O'Keary Rutherford, I believe, was the first one there. They were high-fiving him, and he put a pretty good pop on him. We got 32 seconds left in the half. 23-7 Dogs. Need to go in at half here with the same score. Make some adjustments on offense. Our defense doesn't need any adjustments.
Okay, what's the latest you've got from Henderson?
24-8.
24-8. Okay, so the line's starting to pull away from Gladewater.
I was just wondering if Henderson was reeling. That's what Coach Surratt tried to get them from behind. He said they're not used to running from behind.
All right, here's a handoff to a running back going to the right for the Panthers' 25-yard line, out close to the 30. Stays in bounds. Going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the play. And that may have been the final action we'll see here in the first half. We're going to give him 5 yards out to the 29. Clock down to 10 seconds. Still no timeout called. It's down to 6. 5-4. Looks like that's going to be it. We're at halftime. Carthage leading 23-7. We'll have both bands coming up right after this from KGAS.
Carthage Discount Tire and Brake, located at West Panola and Charles Thomas Parkway, has the right tires for your vehicle. The right tires that will give you that smooth ride and save you fuel costs at the same time. Stop by today and let the expert staff at Carthage Discount Tire and Brake assist you. Choose from Michelin or BF Goodrich. They also offer a full auto repair shop with state-of-the-art computerized equipment. For more information, go to their website at carthagediscounttire.com. Every vehicle rides smoother with a new set of tires.
Are you or a loved one suffering from a life-limiting illness? Let Heart's Way Hospice be there for you. Our experienced and compassionate team of nurses, social workers, home health aides, and chaplains will help guide you through the difficult days ahead. For more information, please call our office in Carthage, 903-690-9924. You will not walk alone with Heart's Way Hospice.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as we prepare for halftime. Spring Hill Panther Band making its way out. Get our field mics turned on, and we're going to enjoy 2 really fine military marching bands. Spring Hill is going to Namby as well as Carthage. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Spring Hill Band wears a West Point style uniform. It's solid blue. They have white shoes. The uniform trimmed in white cross belt. And let's see what we have, because we have several directions that they are facing. Okay, the fanfare being played as the band comes straight forward. They're stretched from the 25 to the 25-yard line. Going into squads of 2. The twirlers are actually wearing looks like a warm-up uniform. It's a little chill outside, isn't it?
It's a little breezy. Actually, I would say breezy. It's just chilly.
Don't know where they've got our field mics. I can't see them, but where they are, they're about a group of people standing by both of them, it sounds like. Band does a column turn and will head toward the visitor stands as they reach the 35-yard line to the north of the stadium here. As they get to the near hash mark, they execute a column turn, go into a block parallelogram. Military counter march, and they bring the band back into block. And opposite obliques as they reach the 40-yard line. Music played is Queen City, Attorney General March, Crosley, and we'll have another special unit coming in. The 45s floating out to go into diamonds and back into block band. If I remember correctly, at the National Association of Military Marching Bands competition last year, Spring Hill was the winner in Class 3A. Is that correct?
I believe it is. If they weren't the winner, they were definitely top 2, I believe. But a very good band.
Band sits right in the middle of the field, in between the hash marks now. They're moving right to left on your radio dial in block band.
And they flank half of the band in toward the near sidelines and do a blockbuster as the second half of the band flanks now. They come back and will mash together. A slow turn. Forward march as they change directions now. That delayed turn is something that is quite nice. Military counter march, and they'll come back in those squads of 2 that they've had as they move up and down the field. West Point style Shako, trimmed in blue with white trim, white plume. In a step 2 as they go into a kind of a series of diagonal lines. Gives you a little bit different pattern than we've seen before. And the right and left alternating right and left to the rears, and it brings the band back into block band in close order. Band's moving left to right on your radio dial. Military counter march, change directions, and they go into close order. Now they'll go into a gate swing. They're staying in a one-pace distance and interval as they do their gate swings as they reach the respective 5-yard lines, and letting that 5-yard line be the pivot point. Still in close order, and they'll spin out of close order. Used to call that a drum counter march right there. Band passes in review. Let's see if they'll tag back up, and they do. Band has twin drum majors, a young man and a young lady. They stand on the 45-yard line. We've got melodic percussion, I see, as well. Or is that y'all?
No, it's not us. That must be them.
And a flank. The drum section comes to the near sidelines, and this is where we'll be using that melodic percussion. And alternating right and left to the rears by the members of the band as they come back now back toward the press box. A sidestep flank, pass through. The melodic percussion playing as the band does a military drill to the background of the percussion. Flip-flops into the rears, coming back now in 2 squads, both of them on the roughly the 45-yard line. Now they'll flank back toward each other, and the percussion will rejoin the band. Drum cadence is the drum squad will rejoin the block of the band. And the band moves toward the visitor stand. They're stretching from the 42-yard line to, well, the 40-yard line to the 40-yard line. Drum majors salute, full band to the rear. The band now comes back toward the press box.
Last time we came here, we were so hot and sweating.
And I apologize about the microphones. We just got them placed in a not a very wise place to put them. And we appeared just to have one mic open, too. And I wish we could have picked up more of the band sound. And we'll come in now. I think they'll have the auxiliary group marches forward. It looks like the drill team will be taking over. And this gives us a little bit of time to talk about our area competition that was held here in Carthage last weekend. Bradley, bring me up to date on that.
We had around 30 bands show up here last Saturday. The band started competing at about 10 o'clock. We finished around, I believe it was around 10 o'clock that night. I don't exactly remember. It was a long day. Saw a lot of good bands. Work, busy, but a lot of good bands. Very pleased that we were able to host that here. Everybody was real complimentary about our facilities and the way that it was run. Kids helped out. It was just a real good thing that we did.
Well, I understand that some really fine compliments to the facilities here by those who participated. Now, this was Class A and Class AA, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And local bands that are going to be going on to the state competition will be Tenaha, I believe, will be going on.
Yes, sir.
Who else do you recall?
I didn't even get to see the results for the 1A. I was pretty busy behind the scenes. I apologize. I flat out don't remember.
Okay, New Boston I know is going to
Yes,
be
sir.
one. I think that Queen City is going to be one.
Yes, sir.
And there's one more, and I'm missing on who that would be. It's going to be White Oak. It's going to be White Oak.
Okay.
So those are the three that will be going in the Class AA area. I know Tenaha will be going in Class Single A, and I can't remember the other two that will be going that qualified in that. Price Carlisle normally would have been one, but I think they missed the cut this year.
I believe they did.
Had a chance to see both New Boston and White Oak and Queen City at the Region 4 competition last week. And all three of those bands are fine. The White Oak band is using a theme, even though it's a military marching band, and they're using Hispanic music background theme.
I remember hearing that. I saw just bits and pieces of different ones, and I heard a spin-off of kind of a Malagueña,
yeah.
And couldn't believe it was a military band out there marching, but they did a real good job.
They did. Again, coming up for NAMBY. Now, NAMBY is the National Association of Military Marching Bands, and that competition will be in Nacogdoches tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Carthage Band performs at 5 o'clock. Results are shortly thereafter. There's a short break after Carthage performs, and then I believe maybe two more bands after us. So we're looking to hear some results around 6:15.
Do you have a list of the judges?
I do not. I know John Kelly is one of them. That's the only one that I can remember off the top of my head because I spoke with him last week.
Well, if you have a chance and you can travel over to Nacogdoches, support the Battling Bulldog Band, and encourage them all you can. It's always good to have some home folks in the stands, and this is a neat competition. It's very unique to the East Texas area because you can almost draw a line right down the interstate and everything east from Houston our way. Beaumont area, we refer to it as the Beaumont competition, the Nacogdoches competition, and then the area between Interstate 20 going up to Texarkana kind of sets the stage. That's where most of your military marching bands are. You don't find them in Central Texas. You don't find them out in West Texas at all.
Very unique, and the thing that's different about this opposed to UIL is at NAMBY we're actually competing against other bands, where UIL you're playing for the judges, and you know there's multiple winners at UIL. At NAMBY you're actually put in a place, first, second, third, and so on. So we're looking to beat other bands, and it's more competitive.
Yeah, it's a different type competition.
Yes.
This is you're putting your neck out there and saying, "Show me, tell me, am I number 1, number 2, or number 3? Where am I?" And that makes it quite unique.
It does.
University Interscholastic League, everybody in competition could make a first division if the quality of their performance would rate that. Well, the Spring Hill Band has made its way off the sidelines now. They stand near the track as the Battling Bulldog Band makes its way around. This will be a good chance for us to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with the Battling Bulldog Band just momentarily.
This is Walt Sparks at XL Ford in Carthage. For the best selection of cars and trucks in the Arklatex, power, performance, economy, there's nothing like a Ford. XL Ford in Carthage has the best parts service department in the Arklatex. If you haven't driven a Ford lately, let me personally invite you to come by and take a test drive. Check us out on the internet. We will match or beat any deal in the Arklatex. Still on the South Loop and still number one. God bless America and Semper Fi.
Time to get back to the routine of fall activities, school, athletic events, band, all those exciting times, and make stopping at the filling station one of those routines. Stop by before school for some delicious breakfast burritos, biscuits with egg and sausage, and freshly made breakfast toasters. We always have those wonderful Crispitos, and while you're there, pick up lunch items. Our deli has corn dogs, fried chicken, pizza sticks, chicken tenders, potato logs, as well as barbecue and chicken sandwiches. The filling station, located at 1107 West Sabine. We hope to see you soon.
All right, Battling Bulldog Band makes its way from the far sidelines. And here again, I understand that you made a little adjustment on the drill toward the end of the drill, the back end of the drill we referred to.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, auxiliary, the Twirlers and Flags will be performing. What's their jazz number for today?
Tonight we are doing Heartbreak Hotel.
Feel free to sing along as we begin tonight with the auxiliary performing to the 1965 Elvis hit, Heartbreak Hotel.
All right, we're going to introduce seniors as well, aren't we?
We are. The seniors are going to be at the end of the halftime performance. We're trying to scoot through the rest of the performance so we make time for them.
Heartbreak Hotel. We better introduce those young ladies there.
Yes, sir. Our majorettes, Captain and Senior Kimberly Ferguson, Jessica Moore is a junior, Kristen Lidke and Brett May are our sophomore majorettes. Our freshman majorettes, Ashley Andrews, Emily Donald, Kelsey Hooker, Marissa Ingram, Allie Radcliffe, Mia Scott, and Kate Sherman. Our flags, Senior and Captain Catherine Cox, Khadijah Ewins, Krista Orbaugh, and Alicia Roberts are also seniors. Lilia DeJulian and Allison Garrett are our junior flags. Sophomores, Cheryl Cheshire, Sonia Morales, Krishlyn Rockmore, and Emily Ward. And freshman flags, Laniqua Bowman, Cassidy Britton, Kristen Brooks, Sharmitria Brown, Alexis Hardy, and Kristen McMullen. And our auxiliary sponsor is Miss Leanne Sharp.
All right, and you timed it perfectly as the auxiliary completes their jazz routine. They were actually doing a more of a drill team stance there than they were earlier in the routine, as they had the flags and the twirlers were twirling, and then they go back to their marching position and get their band instruments, do they not?
They do. Their performance there was they actually put in a high kick and I believe you call it a contagion or something, where they go down the line, very unique to what they've been doing.
Contagion is the correct word. I'm impressed. Some people call it a wave.
That's
if you're, sitting in the football stands, that'd be a wave, wouldn't it?
Very much so. The only reason I knew that word is because you've used it at multiple occasions.
All right, the band goes back to their starting position, so they're actually going to do their complete drill now.
Yes,
is that right?
Okay. We built that in there so that there's no surprises tomorrow.
Band comes forward. I see what's happening. Our microphone is over there in front of the band stand, and we got a crowd of people standing over there. So we're going to pick up some crowd noise. I apologize. All right, the band goes to parade rest, in that you can see it at home as they place that foot and move it around just a little bit, then pop to attention. There's the snap to attention.
By King, Keeper Special by Keeper, in Chicago World's Fair Centennial Celebration 1933 by Maynard.
Drum major turns around, looks at the band. Horns up, present horns. fanfare as the band stands in place. Forward march. War March of the Tartar.
Yes, sir.
All right, then the side flank to the left. Band changes direction now, and they're moving to the south end zone. Band is marching actually 4 steps behind each other, I believe is what it is. And from the far side, they'll flank to the left, and they'll go toward the visitor stand. And you'll see those diagonal lines start showing out there. And then flank again to the left as they make up, and they'll go into a block parallelogram. We're changing directions now. We're marching now right to left on your radio dial. I don't know why people love to huddle right around a microphone, but they do. Alternating right and left to the rears, and the band is in a close block now. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Alternating right and left to the rears, they go back into block band. Close order marching as they reach the 50-yard line. White shoes, red trousers, red coat trimmed in white. Blockbuster as the band breaks into 4 parts. To the rear, they come back together. Grady Kyle standing right there and enjoying it, applauding the precision marching. Passing through, they continue the Blockbuster. To the rear, and we'll bring it back together. All this done right at midfield. Half the band goes to the sidelines, half the band goes to the respective goal lines. Now back in block band as they move toward the north end zone. Kiefer is the march being played here. Close order, and from the middle of the band, we'll set up a series of military counter marches, which will bring the band out into a chevron. Band is now moving toward the south goal line. And the point of the chevron is 2 steps beyond the near hash mark. So the band is off-centered, and this is where they'll go into their half steps. And the back of the band is in half step as the front of the band continues to march in full stride. And that'll change in just a moment. And here's the half step by the front half of the band. Back half takes a full stride coming in now, and that'll bring that chevron back in together. Beautiful pattern that this makes. And now we're back in the full chevron, executing a military counter march. Band is now back in block. Chicago World's Fair Centennial Celebration of 1933. Band's in close order as they go to the north end zone, crossing the 20, now to the 15. From the back of the band, we'll execute a series of right and left to the rears. This is the new part.
This used to go straight to the diamond. Decided to make a change to the X. Musically, it just fits a little better.
And as Bradley described, it forms an X rather than a diamond, and they're moving now past midfield. Alternating now right and left to the rears as they change direction, and we're going into a diamond at this point. And the diamond splits, breaks apart, and a series of counter marches will turn it and bring it back to two chevrons marching toward each other, and now they'll pass through. Chevron turns into a diamond. Military counter march will bring it back again. Passing through. And now we'll go back into the diamond tag on, and we'll move the diamond right to left on the radio dial, and we'll do a military counter march and go back into block band. And the band does a full flank to the left, and now they come in close order back into the near sidelines. All right. Ending on the sidelines here in close order. And what's next? Presenting of the seniors?
Yes, sir.
Have you got that list?
I do have that list.
Very good. I noticed that parents are moving out toward the band now, so we'll introduce the parents as well as that senior student. I'll let you take over.
All righty. We'll probably get a little bit ahead of what's going on in the field, but that'll be all right. We have Andrea Cordero Ramirez, a trombone player. She's going to be escorted by her mother, Fidencia Cordero, and sister Bianca Ramirez, who is actually in our junior high band. We have Catherine Cox, daughter of Tommy and Christy Cox, also trombone player. Clinton Davis, grandson of Robert and Janice Haley, a baritone player. Khadijah Ewens, daughter of Samson and Felita Ewens, bass clarinet player. Kimberly Ferguson, who is our majorette captain, daughter of Dwayne and Christy Ferguson, flute player. Krista Hammock, flute player, who is escorted by Miss Shalise Reyes. Daniel LeBlanc, bass clarinet player, son of Marty and Julie Stewart, and Mike and Michelle LeBlanc. Thomas Nichols, grandson of Patsy Jones, percussionist. Krista Orbaugh, daughter of Chris and Patty Orbaugh, is a clarinet player. Alicia Roberts, daughter of James and Sabrina Wilcox, and Aaron and LaWanna Brown, also clarinet player. Kaylin Rogers, daughter of David and Becky Rogers, flute player. Laura Walling, daughter of Jeff Walling and granddaughter of Sonny and Trudy Walling, also a clarinet player. Sheila Williams, daughter of Rocky and Ethel Cuff, French horn player. Jonathan Wilson, trumpet player, son of Tiny and Debbie Wilson. That is all of our seniors, 14 of them this year. Band Beau and Sweetheart will be announced in just a minute, and I'll go ahead and spoil the news for you. Our band's Sweetheart is Miss Catherine Cox, and our band Beau is Daniel LeBlanc, who is also our drum major.
Yes. Okay. Well, very good. They continued. We got just a little bit ahead if you're watching on video, but a fine group. You say 14.
14 seniors this year. I believe that's up from last year. I want to say we had close to 10, maybe 11 last year. So those groups are getting bigger. Band is getting bigger, and boy, we're sure proud of it.
And you had a great beginning band class, didn't you?
We did. We have about 120, I believe, in beginner band. 8th graders are actually here with us tonight, looking at about 50 of them. So hopefully we'll have a large group of freshmen next year. They're already kind of up there in the stands learning the ropes with us. Real glad they're with us.
Well, a fine group of seniors, and I know that they'll be looking forward to competition tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And be encouraging the underclassmen to do the best job possible.
Yes, sir. We actually left it up to them whether or not they wanted to go to Namby, and they decided, yes, let's do that.
Now, they're presenting right now the Sweetheart and the Beau, so if you would rename those for me.
Yes, sir. Sweetheart is Catherine Cox, who is our flag captain, and our band Beau is Daniel LeBlanc, who is our drum major. And the students voted on that earlier this week. So it was a student vote by the band members.
Now you have some corporate sponsors that we need to recognize.
We do. We better get that done. Run out of time here. KGAS Radio, we thank you as always. Animal Medical Center of Panola County. Bill's Meat Market. Brookshire Brothers, Carthage Title, and Complete Printing. We'd also like to send a special thank you to our Carthage Band Boosters. Boy, we sure appreciate your help. Superintendent Dr. Glenn Hambrick, who came and delivered some candy to our kids Monday night on Halloween.
Did he really?
Since we were out here working, he brought the trick-or-treats to us. Appreciate that. And our high school principal, Mr. Otis Amy, who's a former band member here at Carthage, and boy, he's been real supportive, and we are sure glad to have him here in Carthage.
Bradley, now understand that one of the perks that having the area competition, Band Boosters had opportunity to man the concession stand.
They did, and boy, they worked hard. They were here as long as we were, over 12 hours, and they made some money, sold a lot of goodies, and kept everybody happy. Once again, I didn't hear any complaints from anybody. So they sure help us out. They help our kids out. They feed us. I just can't say enough about this booster club.
Well, very best of luck tomorrow at the National Association of Military Marching Bands competition. Bring home the gold.
We sure will try.
All right. We'll be back with Larry Allen and the first half stats right after this.
Your first half stats brought to you by the Fields Law Firm.
And we have an extra.
Are you buying or selling a home? Need a will, or do you need estate planning? Hurt in an automobile accident? Accused of a crime, or need help with a divorce or child support? Put a bulldog to work for you. Call the Fields Law Firm for your free and confidential consultation. It's 903-693-8888.
The first half stats: Carthage 14 first down, Spring Hill none. And rushing yardage, Carthage 123, Spring Hill 16. Passing yards, Carthage 10 of 23 for 115, Spring Hill 2 of 6 for a -3. So the total yardage, Carthage 238 and Spring Hill 13. 2 turnovers in the ball game. Carthage had 1. That was an interception return, 98 yards for a touchdown by Spring Hill. Spring Hill also had a pass picked off. The scoring: Tasker Shannon opening kickoff, 65-yard return, and the kick made it 7-0. Trent Jackson 2-yard run for the Dogs, 14-0. 25-yard field goal, Gonzalez 17-0. Then the 98-yard interception return by Spring Hill made it 17-7. And then with 38 seconds to go in the half, Tevin Pipkin a 1-yard run, and the halftime score is 23-7. Again, the Dogs up at halftime 23-7. Let's see if we can find Dustin Burns. If we can, I don't think he's going to have the coach on here at halftime, but we can see what the coach perhaps said at half. Dustin, can you hear us? Okay, evidently not. All right, Mark.
Well, so far dominant on both sides of the ball. We have looked a little ugly at times in the passing game, but all in all, it's been pretty good. If you give Bogenschutz time, of course, Pipkin's doing his job as always. And then our defense is just swarming them. They really can't do anything. And so Spring Hill just now back coming on the field. The Bulldogs came out a little early. Maybe they won't hit somebody. I'm sure we're going to see some new faces in this second half somewhere. What is it, a 3-touchdown lead? Is his 21-point lead is his deal?
Yes, 21-point lead is his.
Take out the people that might get hurt.
That's right.
And so hopefully we'll see some new faces. We'll probably run the offense, the real offense the first time, and the real defense the first time, and then start bringing in some new faces. We need the twos to get as much time as possible, because you never know when one of them have to step up, such as D.K. Callaway has done since this Burns and Ingram went down. So we're going to kick it off and just see what happens here in the second half.
All right, second half kickoff coming up here from Bulldog Stadium.
Your second half kickoff brought to you by Auto Express Lube in Carthage. They offer you the best in quality products and services. They can change your oil and filter in a flash. Plus, they will fill your windshield washer fluid, vacuum the front seat area, and even wash your windshield. Auto Express Lube, 1112 West Panola. Let's go, Bulldogs.
All right, coming up with the second half kickoff, Bulldogs won the toss, and of course Tasker Shannon returning that opening kickoff for a touchdown. So Spring Hill will get the football here in the second half. During halftime, did you get an update from Henderson, Mark?
It was 31-8. Yeah, 31-8 last time I checked.
Okay, all right. I talked to the Paris coaches that were here scouting the Bulldogs, and I think they're headed home, believing that Henderson's going to win that game. So it appears that unless Gladewater has a big comeback in the second half, we will be visiting with you next Thursday night from Lobo Stadium in Longview, and we'll be going up against the Liberty Ilo Leopards, who had six scouts up at Gladewater scouting the Bulldogs, and Liberty Ilo will be coming in as the Division II number 1 seed in that district. Here's a sky kick, and it's going to hit out of bounds. So out of our 4 kickoffs, 3 have gone out of bounds. That means Spring Hill will once again get it at the 30-yard line.
You wonder if we're kicking that on purpose, but we wonder if there's somebody we're scared of on their, the kick return team. I hadn't heard anything about anybody being special over there, but it seemed like to me as bad luck as he'd have, he just had him kick it down the middle of the field. So the defense was real stingy. Gave up 13 yards, you said? The first 13.
All right, now this time Spring Hill gets it at the 35. I wish I were a referee and I knew all the rules. Sometimes it goes out of bounds. Is when it goes inside the 30, it comes to the 30?
Right, and I think wherever it comes out.
If it comes out beyond the 30, then they get an extra 5 yards from the 30. Right. Okay, all right. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to Lee. And play action fake. He's going to keep it himself right up the middle and has 3 to the 38.
Dakota Hart on the tackle from his defensive right side. Dakota Hart, if he stays healthy through these playoffs, we're going to be delighted. Because, I've noticed that Bry Anderson now is pretty much in there on the defensive line all the time. So he's a senior, isn't he? And I think he's earned a position. He's a big kid. He's a senior, 5'10", 255.
Yeah, right now it's Adams, Anderson, McCain, and Hart on that D-line. All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun. Play action fake. He's going to throw to his left, and this one is picked off. No, it is tipped by one of the Bulldogs and then caught by one of the Spring Hill Panthers. I thought Trent Jackson was going to come up with the interception. He tipped it. It winds up being a completion for a first down for Spring Hill.
I mean, he had it, fumbled it, caught it back again, and then just kind of looked like he threw it in the air, and it landed right in the Spring Hill Panthers' hands.
First down of the ball game for the Panthers. Trent Jackson had it right in his hands, an interception, and it winds up being a Spring Hill completion. All right, back to Lee in the gun, hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks over the left side, and he's got 1 to the 47 and stopped there, 1 yard gain. Okay, Dustin, can you hear us now? Let's go down to you.
He's down there in a concession stand cooking, so I was down there doing that. But, it's kind of one of the unfortunate deals. You got to concentrate on the ball and catch it and pull it all the way in. And hopefully we can do a lot better, a complete game here with the offense here in the second half. I know Coach Surratt likes to work on a lot of things, and look, he was really working on the passing game and had those 2 interceptions. But hopefully we can turn things around in the second half.
All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun, throw to the right, and it's caught and immediately dropped by the Dogs. Callaway there, also Michi Bowman, and that's going to be a loss back to about the 43, or make it the 44, loss of 3 on that pass play.
Yeah, you could tell the defense knew what was happening when that play started because they all flowed that way, and Callaway was there, but Meacham was the one that Michi Bowman was the one that caused the problem.
All right, it's third down now. 3rd down and 12 for Spring Hill at their 44. 3rd down and 12 for the Panthers at their 44. Ball on the right hash. Landry Lee in the shotgun gets the snap. And he's looking left. Now he's being pressured, rolling to his right. He's going to throw it downfield. This ball is incomplete. Boy, we had a couple of guys down there. It looked like they had a chance for the interception, but it's incomplete pass.
Yeah, he threw a ball against his body, and the ball sailed on him. And you can't throw it against your body like that. Very seldom do you get a completion when you do that. 9:38. Third quarter, 23-7, Dogs will get the ball first time here in the second half.
All right, the line of scrimmage for Spring Hill. This will be their 6th punt of the night, and it will be the 44-yard line. Here's Landry Lee with a line drive kick. Hits it to 32, across the 35, across the 25, across the 20, and down to the 17-yard line. That would be a 39-yard kick.
Yeah, and Tasker Shannon was down there around it, and you can see one of the coaches just chewing on him when he comes to the sidelines, like, get away from the ball. If it bounces the wrong way, it hits your foot, and then we're in trouble.
So Carthage 1st and 10. That's 6 punts tonight for Spring Hill. And the Bulldogs will have it at their 17-yard line. 9:25 to play in the third quarter. Carthage up 23-7. And let's see what adjustments, if anything, we made offensively at halftime. All right, we send Tasker Shannon to the left. We got 3 receivers to the right. Bogenschut's going to throw to the right. It's caught by Bowman at the 15. And he's wrapped up pretty quickly, trying to get loose. He will not. It'll be a gain of about 3 to the 20-yard line.
Looked like that play was going to develop into something. We had lead blockers out in front, but it's either they missed their blocks or Meacham took the wrong turn. And so he got positive yards, though, so we're good about that.
6 different receivers tonight for Blake Bogenschutz. Ed Pope, Tasker Shannon, Clint Cage, T. Goree, Tevin Pipkin, and now Michie Bowman. 2nd and 7 from our 20. All right, Bogenschutz under center. 2 receivers to the left. Handoff Pipkin. Pipkin going right. In trouble there. Tries to cut back. Picks up one at the 21. Give him the 22 for 2 yards.
That play didn't look like it developed very well. Or either he took the wrong cut again, because they had a pretty good defense on that play with 8:25 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs were ahead, 23-7.
All right, we'll give him 1 yard to the 21, meaning he's got 14 carries now for 118 yards. So it is now third down at about 6 for Carthage from our 21. Here's Bogenschutz, 3-step drop, throws left, caught by Shannon, 30, 35, 40. He may go 50, 40, 35, 30 to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tasker Shannon. That will be a 79-yard touchdown pass.
And plus, it was a perfect throw, too. It was a slant from our side towards their side, and he hit him in stride. And I didn't know Tasker had legs like that. He's never got loose, but nobody gained on him when he got the ball.
So the Bulldogs are now up 29-7. And we are in the swinging gate. We have not shifted into kick formation yet. Now we do. Stayed in the gate formation there for quite a while. Finally shifted. All right, Jimmy Gonzalez to attempt the extra point. Tasker Shannon to hold. Good snap. That kick is away, and this one looks like it's right down the middle. Perfect kick that time. That was not pulled to the left. 7:53 to play in the third. We're up 30-7 back right after this.
Time to get back to the routine of fall activities. School, athletic events, band, all those exciting times, and make stopping at the filling station one of those routines. Stop by before school for some delicious breakfast burritos, biscuits with egg and sausage, and freshly made breakfast toasters. We always have those wonderful Crispitos, and while you're there, pick up lunch items. Our deli has corn dogs, fried chicken, pizza sticks, chicken tenders, potato logs, as well as barbecue and chicken sandwiches. The Fill-In Station, located at 1107 West Sabine. We hope to see you soon.
At Citizens Bank in Carthage, we want you to not only feel like a customer, but like one of our extended family. Citizens Bank would like to help you build that dream home, buy a first home, or relocate to a larger residence. The friendly loan staff at Citizens Bank can make those dreams come true. Come by our Carthage location and speak to Sonia Hathorn about your options. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
'Cause we stand for your success.
All right, we've got 7:53 to play in the third quarter. Bulldogs now lead 30-7, scoring on a 79-yard pass from Blake Bogenschutz to Tasker Shannon. Jimmy Gonzalez will kick it. Remember now, he's kicked off 4 times, and 3 of them have gone out of bounds.
We have a number 21 in the game, and I don't know what his number. I don't have it. We've got a skip in that.
Okay, yes, we don't have his name.
Maybe one of those kids we brought up.
Here's a kick. This one is going to be taken at the 15, back to the 20, 25, and stopped at the 27. All right, Spring Hill first and 10 at their 27.
Number 21 was in on the tackle, so they're supposed to have some speedsters out there in the freshman bunch.
The 10 players up last week from the JV are not in uniform tonight because they played last night and won. All right, it's going to be Spring Hill from their 27. Ball will be on the left hash. And again, unless things really change big time over in Henderson, we're going to be coming at you again next Thursday night. Encourage you to go up to Lobo Stadium. Bulldogs in by-district play against Liberty Ilo. Back to Landry Lee in the gun. He's going to go on the left side, and the receiver has it. Now he's going to come back to the right, and he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be snowed under for a loss back to the 23-yard line, a loss of 4 on that pass play.
Well, that was a screen, a middle screen, where you come from the outside in, and he took the wrong cut. He should have cut up field, and when he took the wrong cut, then Bulldogs were everywhere, so there's nowhere for him to go.
Our defensive front has our starters back in there, Ware, McCain, Hart, and Adams. 4-man defensive line. All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to him, hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks, it's a little bit of running room on the right side, and gets across the 20 to the 22. They pick up the 4 they missed on the previous play.
Jackson made the tackle from the middle linebacker position. Right after he crossed the line of scrimmage, fell forward for a couple of yards. 6:50 left, third quarter, 30-7 Carthage.
They pick up the 4 they lost on the previous play, and it is 3rd and 10 for Spring Hill at their 27. 3rd and 10 for Spring Hill at the 27. Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Lee under heavy pressure by Chad Adams, rolling to his right. Referee trying to get out of the way quickly, and he has to throw it away.
Yeah, Chad Adams immediately was in on him from his left tight end position, left tackle position, and he had to just get rid of it.
Boy, that is the second time in the game that Jim Nolan, the referee, has been right in the middle of a heavy rush by the Bulldogs, and he has had to quickly get out of the way and avoid being hit by Landry Lee, the Spring Hill quarterback. So the Panthers are going to punt it now for the 7th time in the ball game. Line of scrimmage is the 27. Landry Lee with a 12-yard drop. Head high snap this time. No rush. Gets off a nice high kick coming toward the Bulldogs sideline. No return. Goes out of bounds, and we're going to have it somewhere around the 40, right at the 40.
And the ball landed right out of bounds, about a half-inch out of bounds. Perfect kick, really. If you Gilmer is now ahead 6-0 with 2:50 left in the third quarter.
All right, that's a 33-yard kick and no return. As Mark said, that's perfect right there. Boy, you'll take that every time. 33-yard punt, no return for Carthage. We'll have it at our 40. And that Gilmer-Pittsburgh game, incidentally, is at Pittsburgh. Remember, that's that's where we almost took it on the chin there, tying it up on a field goal in the last play of the ball game to go into overtime. All right, Bogan shoots under center. Hand off Pipkin. Pipkin hitting the backfield. And going to be getting back. Great job by Tevin to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like it could be about a 2 or 3 yard loss, no gain.
And he just spun around until he fell forward. Instead of falling backwards. As little as he is, he very rarely see him fall backwards.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at our 40.
Well, keeping Gilmer down to 6 points is what is amazing. I mean, they just blowing that. They got put 39 on us, you remember.
2nd and 10 for Carthage at our 40. Ball on the left hash. All right, Tasker Shannon and Ed Pope to the right. Here's Bogan shoots. 5-step drop. Flag comes in, stops the play. False start.
I think Brantley moved a little bit early there with 5:31 left here in the third quarter.
If you haven't been to Choctaw, boy, what a great time to start coming as we begin the playoffs. It's Monday at noon, $7. Get a meal, and you hear head coach Scott Surratt go over the film of the preceding game.
And then you get Chris Smith telling you some of the formations and what plays they run out of the formation. So, I mean, when you're watching the game, you'll know what formation they're in. They're going to run like 3 different plays out of one formation.
All right, here's Bogan shoots under center. He wants to throw it, going deep near sideline for Bowman. Bowman out there, and it is caught by Bowman. He's going to score. Michi Bowman took it away from the defender and scores on a 65-yard pass from Blake Bogan shoots.
And the deal is the young man from from Spring Hill had an interception there, and they both went for the ball. Matter of fact, he was a little bit behind Bowman. Got to the ball first, but then Bowman just kind of grabbed it out of his hands and took it on in for a touchdown.
65-yard TD pass from Bogenschutz to Bowman. And we, again, are going to line up in the gate. And if you were at Choctaw this last week, you heard Coach Preston talking about this extra point formation. We're in the third quarter, and we swing now into the kick formation. And Tasker Shannon will be the holder. Good snap again. There's the kick. This is a good one, too. Boy, he's got it corrected at halftime, right down the middle on these two this half. Up 36-7 back right after this.
Hello, this is Melinda Leslie with Copper Falls & Company, a full-service jewelry and gift store located on the Carthage Square. We also buy gold and silver. Gold has never been this high. Take advantage of these high prices. Come by to see us. Let us weigh your gold and silver, make you an offer. You're under no obligation. We understand that a lot of people want to save their jewelry in a lockbox for their children or grandchildren, but usually they have their own jewelry to wear. So why not sell your gold, take a trip, enjoy life? It's way too short. Give us a call, 903-693-9944.
What's your biggest concern when the weather is cold? A problem with your heater or electrical system? Well, Hal and Bruce Whitaker are the names you know and trust to calm your fears. Hal and Bruce at Hal's AC and Electric know electricity. They'll help you stay warm and keep your systems running properly. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or oil-filled work, Hal's AC and Heating is the one to call at 903-693-7451. Quick, dependable service. They sell Amana, Train, and Goodman, but service all brands. Hal and Bruce Whitaker, the names that you know and trust.
Well, you know, Mark, that Pittsburgh-Gilmer score, you know, is just another reminder that, you know, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old, sometimes 15-year-old boys playing football. And, of course, you know, it not only applies to that age group, but you go up in the 19, 20, and 21s. You think about Texas Tech winning at Norman, and then they come home and lose by 34 points to Iowa State. Didn't have one conference victory. Okay, here's Spring Hill returning it from the 20, 25-30, after the 35. And we stop him at the 35. Okay, Dustin, we're going to go now to you after this next play. Late flag comes in here.
Chore hit somebody late.
Okay.
But, hey, Larry, you see that on the pro level.
That's true.
What about Dallas last week? They got beat all over the field.
And the Rams, they lose by over 20 points at Cowboy Stadium, then go down to the Superdome and beat the Saints.
So
go figure.
That's where the ball bounces.
All right.
Well, maybe
it's going to be a mark-off against Spring Hill here.
Well, they threw it after Chore retaliated. Wait a second. Maybe there's two fouls.
Oh, he started marking it off against Spring Hill. You realize, I'm going the wrong way. So now he marks it off against Carthage.
And I think Chore he was scheduled to look like he was going to be the weak safety, and he's coming out. Maybe Pope's out of the game.
All right, so it's a 15-yard penalty against Carthage.
First and 10.
Spring Hill will have it first and 10 at the 50-yard line. And let's see, we're starting to sprinkle in now.
New faces.
Several faces in there. Okay, we've got Ware in there, still McCain, but it's Johnny Odom.
T. Gore's in
and Graves at the defensive ends. Okay, here's a handoff to a running back going to the right, 45-yard line down to the 42, gain of 8.
Michie Bowman on the tackle, but Michie took the worst of it. The young man ran right over him. He got up, though. And that son is tough. He's not very big, but he plays big, kind of like Cortland Ware, you know, just plays over his head.
Okay, Shannon's still in the secondary. Villanueva is in there to replace Pope. 2nd and 2 for Spring Hill at our 42. Snap back to Lee. Lee hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks left side across the 40 as a first down. Push back after he gets to the 38. Gain of 4. That'll be their second first down of the ball game.
I think every Bulldog hit him on that play. They came from all directions into that pile. 4:18 left in the third. 37-7 Carthage. Going to Liberty Idol. Going to play them in Longview Stadium next week.
First down and 10 for Spring Hill at the Carthage 38. Again, we've got some starters out of there now. Ed Pope, who is definitely okay. He's not hurt. He's on the sideline. Not surprised at this at all. Remember, it's going to be a short week. It's going to be playing a Thursday night game. Snap back to Lee coming up here in the shotgun. Hands off to the running back going to his right. And he's the 35 and stopped at the 34-yard line. And that is Greg Martins, a senior for Spring Hill, with about a 4-yard pickup.
The way we were pursuing it looked like we were going to get him in the backfield. We had a sea of red over there, but he turned and got to the outside and made some decent yardage out of it.
3:25 and counting here in the third quarter. Both teams, of course, realizing this one's been decided. It's just a case now of getting some experience for some players. Landry Lee snapped to him. Here's the handoff to Martins. Martins for about a couple of yards to the 32.
Justin Williams on the tackle. Made the first lick. Made the unassisted tackle on that play. He's still in the ball game. Our linebackers are still in the game.
Ricky Ingram's, in case you missed it earlier, had surgery this morning, so that officially ends any hope of Ricky playing in the playoffs. So he winds up playing 7 full games and got injured in the 8th game here a couple weeks ago against Henderson. All right, Landry Lee in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Play action fake. He rolls to his left. He's going to throw to the left, and this one is knocked away. Nice play over there by Dominique Collins, knocking that away from the intended receiver and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, he looked like a professional out there. At the last second, reaching in there, just swatting the ball to the ground.
One of the strengths of our team, no doubt about it, has been the secondary all year long, and that will come in handy in the playoffs. 4th down and 4. Let's see what Spring Hill's going to do. They're going to go for it. I would too. 4th and 4 at the Carthage 32. Landry Lee in the gun with 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the right hash. Snap back to Lee. Looking right. He throws right, and this one is knocked down. Knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. We get the football back. Nice defensive stand by that Bulldog defense.
I think Justin Williams knocked that ball down. So we'll take over here. Maybe we'll see some. I see that the backup quarterback was taking snaps down there. So I think he's going to come in, which that will be Jalen Allison, junior.
Okay, Dustin, we're going to go down to you after this next play. 2:17 to go in the third quarter. Okay, let's see. We've got Jalen Allison. No, Bogenschutz is in there. And it is going to be Tevin Pipkin in the backfield. Snap back to Bogenschutz. Throws right. This is caught by Bowman. Bowman 35, 40, 42-yard line. Make it the 41-yard line. One thing Scott Surratt really likes about Michi Bowman is he goes north and south. When he gets his hands on the football, he goes north or south. That's a 9-yard gain right there.
Dustin? Thought I heard him turn his mic on.
All right, so Bowman now has 2 receptions for 12 yards.
Well, we've got a whole host of new ones, and Jalen Allison has entered the game.
Okay.
And also a senior, Chris Walton, is going to look like to be the tailback.
So Allison, the quarterback, Walton, tailback. We've got Chore and Pope now, and a flag comes down.
We had a massive influx of ball players. We must have done something wrong in the switch.
What's up against the offense? 5-yard penalty, second down. Well,
there's not many, spots that need improvement after tonight. A little bit in the passing game, we've had some inconsistency there, but one would be the penalties. We've had 10 penalties in the ball game, 8 against the Bulldogs for 70 yards, 1:23 to go in the third quarter. That we were facing 2nd and 1, now it's 2nd and 6. Allison, the quarterback, handoff Walton. Walton, right side, has a first down. Way to go, Chris Walton. He picks up about 8 yards out to the 44-yard line.
Dexter Clow's in the game now, number 64. Also number 51's in the game for the Dogs. That's Demetrius Powell on the offensive line.
First down and 10 at our 44.
Travis Essery is in the game. Also Jalen Hicks.
Jalen Allison is the quarterback. Chris Walton is the tailback. We've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Allison, 3-step drop, throws left, caught by Goree. Nice pass by Allison. That's going to be about a 6-yard gain to the midfield marker.
Well, Allison, all it takes is for one play for him to be starting. And so we need to work him in and get his arm moving too. We have one more play in the third quarter. Carthage ahead 37-7.
All right. We're down to 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Going to be one more, as Mark said. Then we go to the fourth quarter. Up by 4 touchdowns. All right, Allison, the quarterback. Handoff, Walton. Walton trying the right side. Stop for a loss. Loss of 2 or 3 yards, and that'll send us to the fourth quarter. Carthage up 37-7. We'll be back right after this.
Attention hunters, Bill's Meat Market in Carthage is ready to process your deer, wild hog, or elk, providing regular cuts, smoked sausage, even summer sausage and jerky. Remember, by law, you must deliver your kill skinned, gutted, and in an ice chest. Bill says it's time to order those holiday hams and turkeys, smoked, fried, or fresh. Catering is also available for the holiday parties. Bill's Meat Market and Catering, 1317 West Panola, 693-6122. Bill's in Carthage. They have great food.
Are you tired of being just another policy number? Call Tate Barber at State Farm, where we still believe in the old version of the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. If trustworthy service is as important to you as it is to him, then go by today. They don't want to just write your insurance. They want to take the time to customize a policy to fit your individual insurance needs and become your agent and friend for life. Call Tate Barber today at State Farm, 903-693-7555.
We go to the fourth quarter. Carthage leading Spring Hill 37-7. Let's see, what's the latest scores you have on those
Still
2 games?
31-8 from what I saw.
And Gilmer is 6-0. Still,
from what all I've got sent to me.
All right, first down and third down, pardon me.
34-8.
34-8, Henderson. All right, third down and long for the Dogs. Here's Allison rolling right, flag on the play. Got to bring it back. False start.
Allison was finna to get a bootleg out of that, and right there it looked like set him up. Looked like he was going to run.
Remains third down.
Okay, Dustin, can you hear us? Can you come in? All right.
He may be flipping burgers again.
He could be. Third down for Carthage. Third down at our 42-yard line.
I think he is over the concession stand.
He may be, because I don't see him down there anywhere.
11:55 to go.
They were shorthanded down there, and that's what caused him to have to go to double.
All right, Allison this time play action fake. Wants to throw it. Good protection now. He's going to run with it to the 45, still on his feet, and brought down at about the 46. It's going to be a gain of 4, and looks like we'll need to kick the football here.
Yes, it looks like we may. We've got a lot of time left in the fourth quarter. And, you need to work your punter. Your punt teams.
So the line of scrimmage is going to be the 46. And Gonzalez will come in to kick. Major Harris, who Scott Surratt said earlier this year, best deep snapper he's ever worked with. And, boy, you think about it, he's been reliable the whole year. Gonzalez here takes a 13-yard drop, stands back at the 33, and that one goes over his head as soon as I said that. Gonzalez runs back, picks it up, gets the football, and is going to be down to the 22. My gosh, I can't believe I said that. And there goes in a late flag. So that's going to be a big loss for the Bulldogs as that one went over his head. And let's see what the flag is about. If the play stands, it's going to be a loss of 24.
Let's see. Maybe it's something during the play. Let's just kick that over again. But our defense is...
A dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against Carthage.
All right, so loss of 24.
It's going to cost us some more.
And then that will take it back, I would guess, to about the 11-yard line, half the distance.
And this looks like
that's right.
We've got some new faces in there, but our linebackers are still in there.
So the first really bad snap of the year for Major Harris, coming 10 seconds after I bragged on him. I can't believe that. 10:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Spring Hill with the football. First and 10 at the Dog 11-yard line. Landry Lee in the gun. Hands off to Martins. Martins going left and is tripped up at about the 9.
He's tackled there by number 64, Dexter Clow, Jr.
So that's a loss of 2. That's a gain of 2. Pardon.
I was just fixed to call him a good old Harris boy before you did that.
All right, gain of 2. Down to the 9. Second down and 7 to go. Second down and 8, pardon me. 2nd and 8 for Spring Hill at our 9-yard line. All right, snap back to Landry Lee. Martin's trying to go to the right. He gets to the outside to the 5 toward the goal line and not quite in. Yes, he is. He is in for a touchdown. Martins with a 9-yard run, and it is now 37-13.
Well, he got to the outside because we were all bunched in the inside, and I guess they had a good lead block on the outside to seal it because our safety was the first one to get to him and tackled him right in the end zone. So 10 minutes left, 37-13 right now. We're waiting the extra point.
All right, Flournoy is their kicker. He's a soccer-style kicker, as most of them are these days. And the snap is down on the ground, and the kick is away, and it's good, and it's 37-14. We'll be back from Bulldog Stadium right after this break.
H-E-B is your hometown and neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. H-E-B in Carthage has the finest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste your time and gas going out of town when your local H-E-B has everything that you need at prices that you'll love? H-E-B in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
You know Creel's, the Dish TV place. Now introducing Creel's AAA Wholesale Fence Company. The Creel's have been serving the Carthage area for over 35 years. Call Creel's for all of your residential, commercial, and oil field fencing needs. Creel's can sell you the material at wholesale prices or provide full-line installation. Do-it-yourselfers and fence contractors are welcome. Don't forget to call Creel's, the Dish TV place about Dish Network, DirecTV, or Hughes Internet for your home or business. Call today, 903-693-2722. 693-2722 for Creel's.
10:05 to play in this one. Carthage up 37-14.
Dustin's back down on the sidelines. I think they're out of pickles or something over there. He had to go take care of it.
Okay, Dustin, tell you what, Dustin, we got a little break right now. Go ahead.
I missed a little bit of third quarter. Sorry about that, guys. I had some things I had to take care of. But Blake, he had 2 good passes for touchdowns here in the second half, and defense is doing a great job. Now we're getting some kids in, some other kids some playing time on offense and defense as well. Still look good. The passing game looked a lot better in the second half, but kind of need to work a little bit on our deep ball, getting that ball leading out there to our receivers and not hanging up where they're having to go back and try and get it for that, interception that the defense could get.
All right, Flournoy to kick off. Sky kick. And we take it on the 29, back up to 30, 35, 40, 45 at midfield, and a nice return by Villanueva across midfield down to the Spring Hill 48.
That's been really a tongue tire for me, Villanueva. That's been tough for me all year, but he's an athlete. He comes in and spares a lot of our good ball players. He showed some speed there.
All right, we've got it at the Spring Hill 48. 9:57 to go. All right, let's run this off here in a hurry. We've got our several reserves in there, a bunch of them. Jalen Allison is the quarterback. Major Harris split out to the right. Rutherford out to the left. Handoff goes Walton. Walton right side. And he is to about the 46, gain of 2 on that play. Going to bring up second down and 8.
Fullback then was Jacob Holloman. I hadn't called his name very much. We'll call it tonight. Also in the game is number 85, Connor Bullcotter. His folks sit right here in front of us. Big tall kid. He gained a foot in about a year. He goes to church with me.
Second down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Again, we'll try to announce it several times next Thursday night at Lobo Stadium. 7:30, I assume, will be the kickoff against Liberty Ilo by district play. And the play action fake by Allison rolls to his right. He wants to throw it, and this one is low and into the ground, incomplete.
He kind of threw that ball like it was a baseball. He didn't. He just kind of flicked it like a baseball, and it got away from him. This new ball they're talking about that Blake likes to throw, I guess is helping out. He was a little high in the first half on a couple of throws, but this half he's been pretty much on the money.
Now, we mentioned Chalk Talk, and want to announce to you that the interview with Coach Surratt, the video, if you'd like to see that, we've had it in the past on cable. We're going to now be putting it on our website. We should have it up every Friday morning. Let's see, here's 3rd down and 8 coming up. Allison got a penalty coming in.
Well, plus, isn't that right, Jerry, that you can watch the whole game after a certain amount of time?
Yeah, you can watch the entire ball game normally by Saturday afternoon.
Okay. So you can pull it up any time, especially when the Cowboys are getting 24-0 at half. You can turn on the Bulldogs and watch them play.
All right, 5-yard penalty against Carthage. 11 penalties for 91 yards. You know that's going to be addressed this next week by the coaching staff. 3rd down then and 13 at our 49. And the clock's running. Okay. 3rd down and 13. Here's Allison. Going to throw right. Caught by Major Harris. Harris stays in bounds. And it's down to the 47-yard line. Gain of 4 on that pass play. And it will be 4th down.
I guess they're going to punt it.
I think so. And the fact that the clock was rolling after that penalty, we may have an agreement here from Spring Hill to speed up the end of this one here. 4th down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Jimmy Gonzalez in to kick. And here's the snap. Good snap this time. Rugby-style kick. Hits at the 25, inside the 20, inside the 15. Boy, that's exactly the way that's supposed to work. Gives your guys a chance to get downfield, then get that thing rolling on the turf. Goes all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Because the football, you don't know how it's going to bounce. So you can't just sit there like a baseball and it bounce right to you. You don't know which way it's going to go. So the offensive players just really got to get out of the way. And this happened to us. Remember in the game where 2 times they kicked inside the 1 or around the 1? We let it go by. So you really need to catch those if you can.
All right, Spring Hill from their own 8. 7:54 to go. All right, let's see. We don't have too many starters in there. I see Ware on the defensive line. He's in there. All right, Landry Lee in the gun. Hands off to Hendricks. Hendricks going to the right. And a big pile up over there, maybe a yard. I think they're going to give him the 9-yard line.
All right, Larry, listen to this. Gilmer 6, Pittsburgh 6. 4 minutes left. Pittsburgh went for 2 and didn't get it.
Wow. Okay. 4 minutes left in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wonder why they just wouldn't kick it to go ahead.
Now, incidentally, if you're wondering, we'll tell you where Gilmer's going to play next week in just a second. All right, snap back to Landry Lee. That was a gain of 1 for Hendricks. Hendricks gets a handoff, and he is tackled for a loss. That's going to be back at the 6, a loss of 3 that time from Hendricks.
That's that number 21 that we don't have a name on it. He looks athletic. I wonder if Dustin knows his name.
Dustin, you know who 21 is?
Yeah.
All right. 3rd down and 12. 3rd and 12 for Spring Hill back at their 6-yard line. 6:47 to go. Landry Lee standing back at the goal line in the shotgun to get the snap. There's a snap. Good snap. He's being rushed, rolling to his right. Is he going to run with it? Yes, he is. 5-10 and out of bounds. Out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Right at the 10, a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Chris Waldham ran him out of bounds with 6:29 left.
All right, Gilmer will be playing Atlanta next Friday night at Lobo Stadium. So it's going to be 16-3A 2 straight nights. Carthage on Thursday night. You know, that'll be the only playoff game perhaps in the region on Thursday night. So it'll be, as Coach Surratt said, it'll be a big gate there. for that one. Here's a punt for Spring Hill coming up. Landry Lee in the end zone, kicks it. Not a great kick. And this one goes out of bounds. It's a pretty short kick right here. Line of scrimmage was the 10. It's going to be 22 yards to our 32-yard line. So it'll be Carthage on Thursday night against Liberty Ilo. Gilmer Friday night against Atlanta. Both of those games at Lobo Stadium. All right. We're going to have the football 1st and 10 at the Spring Hill 32. 6:19 to go in the ball game. If you just joined us, Carthage leads at 37-14. The Dogs will be playing next Thursday night at Lobo Stadium against the Liberty Ilo Leopards. All right. Allison, the quarterback, under center. Drops the snap, picks it up, gives it to Walton, and then he is pushed back, but they're going to say Allison was down when he picked up the snap.
Lucky on that one, Larry.
Yes, sir, that's right, we were. All right, so it's 2nd down and 10 at the 38. 6 minutes to go. I understand Mark's going to be doing the scoreboard show. Is that right?
Darren is going to be assisted by Mark.
Okay.
Or Mark will be assisted by Darren. I don't know which.
All right. Okay. Darren McDaniel, Mark Harris, and the scoreboard show. Okay, Jalen Allison hands off this time to the running back, going to the right. 30, 25, and 20, and number 21, and we don't have his name, and he picks up a nice gain there from the 33. And it's down to the 20-yard line. Okay, Dustin, find out who number 21 is for us. We need to know that. And sorry we don't have his name for you. If you could find out, Dustin, we sure would appreciate it. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Spring Hill 20. Clock rolling. 5:20 to go. So if you're a Bulldog fan, again, Thursday night, over at Lobo Stadium. Handoff. And there he is again, number 21, going to the right. 15, out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
Number 21, I found out a name. That's Brian Bolton, the freshman. That's who that is. Number 21 is Brian Bolton.
Okay. Very good. Hey, I've heard about him. Thanks very much. All right, Bolton that time picks up 7 yards to the 13-yard line.
Bolton had good blocking on that lead, too. Stayed right with him.
Bolton, just a freshman. And so, there's a running back of the future for us. Getting some experience here in this ball game. Clock is rolling. He went out of bounds, so that tells you that the Spring Hill coaches have agreed to shorten the game a little bit, let the clock roll. Allison hands off to Bolton again. Bolton up the middle of the 10. Inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 4 more. Clock now down to 4:30 to go. Carthage leading 37-14. And that's going to give Carthage a 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and goal.
Larry, our two linemen are doing a pretty good job at this point.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Now, Jerry, you may know more about the playoff picture for next week. Is Thursday? I assume Thursday night will be our only broadcast, right?
Right now, unless something changes, that's correct.
Okay, offset eye to the left this time. Allison, handoff Bolton. Bolton again, right in the middle this time, and picks up 2 down to the 7.
Bolton was stood up on that tackle that time. You kind of watched him rise above the crowd there.
Let's see, Jerry. Who else is in the playoffs that we cover at KGAS other than Carthage?
All right. Of course, Tatum appears to be in the playoffs. There's a possibility that Beckville is going to be in the playoffs. Tenaha obviously is in the playoffs. They get a bye for the first week. Garrison appears that they'll be in the playoffs, and Legion Field's got a possibility.
All right, handoff this time to Bolton again. Bolton going to his right. Going to be stopped for a loss this time. The freshman stopped for a loss, and that's going to go back to the 12-yard line, a loss of 4. And we're now down to 3 minutes, 3:05 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Carthage is going to finish the year with a record of 7-3, the regular season, I should say, 7-3, and they'll be 4-1 in district play.
Larry, we have a possibility, depending on the outcome tonight, of other teams playing, that we'll be following 6 schools in the playoff.
All right, very good. All right, Bulldogs up the line of scrimmage.
Dollar signs in that, right,
7.
Mr. Hansen?
Do what?
Dollar sign.
All right, handoff goes. No, let's see. Allison still has it, and he's tackled back at the 15-yard line for a 3-yard loss. Now, Mark was the one getting the scores. Gilmer and Pittsburgh tied up 6-all. You know, if Gilmer were to lose that game, then they would finish 4-1. We'd be 4-1. I guess we would share a district title. I'm not for sure about that, but I would assume that's
if we're tied, they get it because of the head-to-head 4-1.
Okay.
It comes down to a point spread, and if Pittsburgh beats them, I think if Pittsburgh has to beat them by 4 or more. You know, it comes down to a seed, and we could be the number 1 seed instead of number 2.
All right. 1:49 to go. Handoff goes to Bolton. Bolton is to the 13-yard line. And we ran the play there on 4th down. We did not make it, and so Spring Hill will get the football.
1 minute, 39 seconds remaining in the ball game.
1:39 to go. Bulldogs up 37-14. And again, we cannot say it enough times that we'll be at Lobo Stadium in Longview. Great venue. You know, they put in new turf a year ago, new lights. So it's a good place to play. Coach Surratt did not want to play there with the old turf because there were some uneven spots that had even caused some injuries, but they've got a new turf in. And, of course, you know, we played 2 playoff games there last year. All right, Landry Lee in the gun, gets the handoff, hands off to Martins. Martins going to his right to the 15, out close to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards on the play. And that's going to bring us down to the 1-minute mark here in just a minute. 1:18 to go. Give him 6. So just a few more plays in this one, and it'll be in the books. Landry Lee in the gun, snap back to him. He's going to keep it himself this time, going around left end. And nice tackle there in the backfield by one of the Bulldogs for no gain. Now we're under a minute to go.
J.D. Hill. Believe made that stop.
Okay. 47 seconds left. Be sure and stay with us after the game. We'll have the wrap-up. Also, Coach Surratt's comments. Landry Lee. Snap. Hendricks. Hendricks over the right side, and that could do it right there. That should do it. Bulldogs are going to win this one. And it looks like it's going to be 37-14. 13 seconds. We're now down under 10. And I don't think Spring Hill wants to run another play. And that's going to be it. Carthage wins it by a score of 37-14. We'll have the wrap and the coaches' comments right after this break.
At Citizens Bank in Carthage, we want you to not only feel like a customer, but like one of our extended family. Citizens Bank would like to help you build that dream home, buy a first home, or relocate to a larger residence. The friendly loan staff at Citizens Bank can make those dreams come true. Come by our Carthage location and speak to Sonia Hathorn about your options. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
'Cause we stand for your success.
Hello, this is Melinda Leslie with Copper Falls & Company, a full-service jewelry and gift store located on the Carthage Square. We also buy gold and silver. Gold has never been this high. Take advantage of these high prices. Come by to see us, let us weigh your gold and silver, make you an offer. You're under no obligation. We understand that a lot of people want to save their jewelry in a lockbox for their children or grandchildren, but usually they have their own jewelry to wear. So why not sell your gold, take a trip, enjoy life? It's way too short. Give us a call, 903-693-9944.
What's your biggest concern when the weather is cold? A problem with your heater or electrical system? Well, Hal and Bruce Whitaker are the names you know and trust to calm your fears. Hal and Bruce at Hal's AC and Electric know electricity. They'll help you stay warm and keep your systems running properly. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or oil-filled work, Hal's AC and Heating is the one to call at 903-693-7451. Quick, dependable service. They sell Amana, Train, and Goodman, but service all brands. Hal and Bruce Whitaker, the names that you know and trust.
Attention hunters, Bill's Meat Market in Carthage is ready to process your deer, wild hog, or elk, providing regular cuts, smoked sausage, even summer sausage and jerky. Remember, by law, you must deliver your kill skinned, gutted, and in an ice chest. Bill says it's time to order those holiday hams and turkeys, smoked, fried, or fresh. Catering is also available for the holiday parties. Bill's Meat Market and Catering, 1317 West Panola, 693-6122. Bill's in Carthage. They have great food.
Friday night at Bulldog Stadium, the Carthage Bulldogs ended the regular season with a 37-14 victory over the Spring Hill Panthers. Bulldogs scored on the opening kickoff, 65-yard return by Tasker Shannon. They were up 7-0. 2-yard run by Trent Jackson made it 14-0, 5:26 to play in the first quarter. Gonzalez, 25-yard field goal up the lead to 17-0, 2:17 to go in the first. Then a 98-yard interception returned by Spring Hill made it 17-7, Dogs, 1:46 to play until halftime. With just 38 seconds to go in the second quarter, Tevin Pipkins' 1-yard run up the halftime lead for the Bulldogs to 23-7. Then Blake Bogenschutz with a 79-yard pass to Tasker Shannon up the lead to 30-7, 7:53 to play in the third. Another long pass then to Michi Bowman, 65 yards, 5:08 to play in the third. It was 37-7. And then a 13-yard run by Spring Hill. The last score of the game, 10:05 to play in the fourth quarter. The final score, 37-14. In the ball game, Carthage 17 first down, Spring Hill 2. The Bulldogs 132 on the ground, Spring Hill 64. The Bulldogs 16 of 29 through the air for 281. Spring Hill 5 of 13 for a -2. Total yardage, Carthage 413, Spring Hill 62. Each team had one turnover. That was an interception for each team. Spring Hill's season concludes. They have a record of 2-8 for the year, 1-4 in district play, and the Bulldogs 7-3 for the year, 4-1 in District 16 3A. Next week, the Bulldogs will be at Lobo Stadium on Thursday night to face Liberty Ilo in the by-district round of the playoffs. The Bulldogs win it here 37-14. For your Sports Beat station, I'm Larry Allen.
Okay, Dustin, are you at a position where you can take it?
I'll work my way over there.
All right.
All right, Dustin getting the coach, not too far away. Okay, Dustin, anytime.
Trying to find him, guys.
He's right behind you.
I'm trying to find you, Coach. You finished up, the first 10 games of the season, Coach, 7-3. Another win here at home, last district game. Kind of just give us your thoughts tonight of the game as it went along.
Well, I told the coaches, we were this, really close to being 9-1, and we lost a couple of close games we could have won, and we know how bad we played a few games, but it is what it is, and it's the third season here. It's what we've been waiting for the postseason, and we're going to play Liberty Ilo next Thursday in Longview, so we'll see what we got.
Tonight it seemed like you were really trying to work on the passing game. Kind of give us, your input on that tonight.
Well, once you get to that last game and it doesn't mean anything other than a win or loss, and we were trying to play, believe it or not a very physical game just because we didn't want to get beat up for next week because we know it's going to be very physical against Liberty Ilo. So we did throw the ball more, and, it's not near as physical on the offensive lineman and our tailback. We didn't want Pip to have a whole lot of carries tonight just because we don't even get beat up for next week. And he should. I think we achieved that goal, and we didn't care what we won by. We just wanted to win and move on.
Blake kind of had a little rough first half, and threw the ball better with 2 touchdown passes in the second half. He spread the ball around a lot tonight. The receivers and offensive line did great, and Pipkin had another good night tonight at over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, we knew that our other receivers can play, but we wanted to keep the ball away from Pope a little bit, and so those other guys get confidence, and I think we got that tonight. All three of our other receivers caught balls, and so we're excited about that. Cage caught another one, and we tried to throw him another one in the end zone, but he made a bad read. He should have come underneath, no doubt. He was wide open, but that happens.
defense played outstanding tonight. Springfield had -2 yards passing, 64 yards rushing. Made them punt, I think, 7, 8, 9 times tonight. They really had a lot of intensity and didn't give up much on the field tonight.
There's no question. Defense played great. They got their 2 touchdowns. One of them was on the interception return, and the other one was we snapped it over the head, and then we had a foolish 15-yard penalty after that. So wasn't very happy about the 3 15-yard penalties, but I'm just glad we come out of it healthy and with a win.
Special teams, we had our first kickoff return in about 2 years tonight. A nice punt return that was negated by blocking the back, and Jimmy Gonzalez had another field goal tonight. I think special teams did pretty good tonight.
Well, they did. I thought we struggled kicking the ball. I think Jimmy struggled a little bit kicking the ball, but other than that, I think it would have to be, probably a C or C- special teams, just because you can't make the mistakes of the snap over the head, the missed extra point, and things like that, and the kickoffs out of bounds. So, we know we're going to play better than that on special teams next week, and we know we got to play all 3 phases next week, because Liberty Idaho's got a really good team and a whole lot of talent.
How do you feel after tonight's game, 10th game of the year, going into the playoffs right now?
Well, we feel good. We didn't get any more injuries tonight. We're not 100% without Ricky Ingram. He had surgery this morning, and super kid, and they don't get better than him. But surgery went successful, and then we lost Phillip Burns too. So we're not a full 100%, but it's a game of football, and we didn't get anybody else hurt tonight. So we'll be ready next Thursday.
Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next Thursday night and against Liberty Island Longview Stadium. We'll go ahead and throw it back up to you, Mark and Larry.